You know, we got to stop playing the eulogy, though. I'm listening to it now. Fam, what's up? How'd you sleep? You feeling better today? I know what you mean. I know. That's why I'm gonna wear my Jimmy G jersey. Man, I'm like, it's hard to believe. We came into the season with huge expectations. We had a right to. We came out of 2017 a ball of fire. Suddenly, it did slow down a little bit at the beginning of the season, but then again, if you look at everything that was going on with the transition, the new players, the playbook now that looks like probably the Webster's, and I'm talking unabridged edition of the dictionary, and they're trying to go through it, absorb it, learn it, everybody's trying to get on the same page. It was a process. It was rolling along. And I don't know. I think it was getting better and better. Actually, I look for things to appreciate all the time and everything, right? So I thought they were getting better. And by mid-season, I figured, and maybe before, the 49ers would probably be moving at a very high rate of speed. Like right now, they were just chugging through, getting through. Game 1 was the best example of struggling. And Game 2 was one we should have won better, but we escaped. And then Game 3, of course, we get against the next litmus. I call it the second litmus test because the Vikings was the first, and we failed. The third one was the Chiefs. And again, and fam, I got to tell you, it wasn't the offense that failed. You know, you can't allow a team to score on 5 possessions in a row. You put your offense in a very precarious situation. So, people are looking for people to blame and things to blame. They're blaming John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, and they're blaming the personnel, and they're going through all these things when really the fault of this lies on the defense. If Jimmy wouldn't have been put in that position, he most likely would not have been over there struggling to get an extra yard. And I know, he said, well, if we'd have gotten a better defense, well, the thing is, they tried to get Khalil Mack, and it cost too much. And there was actually, I don't know if there was anybody in the draft that's really standing out this year as an edge rusher. So even if they would have gotten an edge rusher, I wonder if he would have made a difference in this game. But we got a bigger problem coming up than that now. Everybody's worried about Jimmy G being gone and CJ taking over. Do you know, nobody's saying much about it, but we just lost our entire secondary? I never like to pass out gloom and doom, but fam, we are in trouble in the secondary. Richard Sherman's gone. Akello, who's been having problems, but that was because of his ankle, probably to some degree. He's probably going to be out. We're going with an all seconds of safeties, both injured last week. We're going with an all-new cast in the secondary. That is scarier to me than CJ being in there. It really is. So these are the things, and I don't know what the story is on Tom Savage. What? Kyle, are you serious? Okay, you know what I got a feeling, though? It's just one of those things we're going to take a look. Savage is not going to back up CJ. Because then you think, you talk about being in prayer before every game and CJ doesn't go down. Savage is not going to help the 49ers. I'm not sure why. Kyle, I understand that Kyle had to think about him way back in a few years back. Kyle thought he was special. So he was looking at him, So I guess you just want to see him again for whatever reason. You know what, though? I got it real quickly. I don't care what anybody says, though. That was a kick-ass comeback for the 49ers. They came up short as the Kansas City Chiefs came away with a 38-27 win thanks to, and by the way, it was Dean Blandino. You know, every fan base, oh, bad call. It was a bad call. Juice had no business being called on that stupid play. That was a touchdown. So we should have really lost 38-34. And that, to me, would have been a success for one reason. Because they had to come from a hole that was, it was a well to climb up out of, right? So the Chiefs' offense, I will say this, so the Chiefs' offense was tough. I have a new respect for Patrick Mahomes. Scored a TD on all 5 of those possessions that the 49ers struggled to stop in the first half. I got to give it to him and his Chiefs. I've been really disrespectful of Patrick Mahomes. And so I got to go ahead and eat this crow pie. You know what? I'll eat it afterward. But I did say Mahomes is overrated. He's this, he's that. Now I got a newfound respect for him. He is razor sharp. Mahomes took advantage of every opportunity he had. He did not fail. He missed twice. He could have had 2 more touchdowns than he had, but he didn't. He overthrew it. Those are not major mistakes, those are just things that, they'll adjust at some point. But Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. I just want to go down on record on being the kind of guy that does come back and correct himself. Patrick Mahomes is no fluke. He is no luck up. He is good, right? Jimmy G and the entire 49ers offense was finally ready to rumble in the second half, though. Unfortunately, G was injured in the effort on a scramble up the left sideline. Jimmy could have just ran out of bounds because, 1 yard, Jimmy, 1 few inches, man, you're worth more than that to us. Let it go. All he needed to do was step out of bounds. He got the yardage he needed, and he was close to the goal line already. So he opted to cut back up to try and get a few more yards. As I mentioned, he took a big hit, went down injured. It wasn't the hit, though. The injury looked like it took place when G made his cut. Kyle Shanahan confirmed post-game yesterday that the 49ers fear that it's an ACL injury was absolutely right, as we found out hours ago. Before the injury, Jimmy had completed 20 of 30 pass attempts for 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. The first score was a 35-yarder to a wide-open juice. Kyle's schemes were working like crazy. The second was another wide open shot to Marquise Goodwin. This is why I say about the red zone that everybody keeps complaining about, go get Dez and these other people. It's not it. It's never been it. You got to be smart in the red zone. And that's what Kyle's doing. He's finally getting it right. Now guys are wide open walking into the end zone. We've seen it 3 times in the last 2 games. Kendrick Bourne last week, he made the entire defense, the opposition, look stupid. He did the same thing with the Kansas City defense. He made them look stupid as we walk in for 6. So this is I'm a big fan of that than I am up the middle or the famous fade route that pisses me off. I don't even care who's playing. Every time I see a team throw a fade route, I say, "Oh, give me a break." And of course it didn't work. How many times do I see the fade right? I think I've seen that work. You can count it. I got to think, I got to look back. But it never works. All right? So I'm like, this is the thing. As I said, those TD passes are coming easier as G gets the playbook down. And this is what I'm hoping that CJ, he's been around long enough now that I got a feeling he's learned some things. So I'm not giving up on him. The defense was abused all afternoon, fam. That was the story. The Chiefs scored touchdowns on each of their first 5 possessions. They didn't punt until the third quarter. Mahomes threw for 314 yards and 3 TDs. Travis Kelce was unstoppable the whole game, catching 8 passes for 114 yards. Kareem Hunt added 2 one-yard touchdown runs. Kansas City went 7-11 on 3rd downs and racked up 31 total first downs. But 49ers running game, smile. I'll tell you what, fam, you can smile about that, man, because you know what? Our boy, after week 3, he's tied up now with his Zeke, but, he continued to roll, averaging 6.1 yards per carry. Matt Breida ran for 90 yards on just 10 carries. What happens if Kyle ever decides to give him 15 or 20 carries? I think he'll even put Zeke in the rearview mirror. I'm feeling, because this week it could change with Alfred Morris. Steady, hard, solid. 67 yards on 14 carries. And by the way, even with all that strange tackling, do you know the 49ers run defense held the Chiefs to just 2.8 yards? I know, right? We rank, I think, as in the top 5 of the worst tacklers in the NFL. But because of Fred Warner ranking number 3 as far as tackles go, I think that helps elevate our average a little bit. Penalties ate the Niners up. They were flagged 14 times, 147 yards. Some of those flags led to Kansas State's 35-point first half. You know this. We know this. Flags led to Kansas. I mean, it was some of the flags were questionable, including that bogus offensive pass interference called against Juice that Dean Blandino himself came in and said that was BS. That negated the George Kittle touchdown catch, as I mentioned earlier, which would have made the score a lot closer. But we're not playing horseshoes here. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to know is this team capable? Do they have the guts and character to keep right on fighting? I think we've seen that. We did. And I hope that continues now that CJ's here. The injuries, they keep coming now. The bug popped up again on Sunday before Jimmy went down. Richard Sherman left the game with a calf injury, as I just told you about. They say he's going to be out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe a month. In the second quarter, he did not return. Adrian Colbert left the game with a hip injury. He was replaced by DJ Reed, who got away with a tackle. I'm not even sure how he got away with that. Glad he did. He's got to watch it. Foster went down but came back a few plays later, as he always does. And Ruben does that, I think, strategically to get a little rest. You know what I'm saying? Ruben's laying there, legs are rolling around. I thought he had a leg injury at first. And then, of course, it looks like he can't. I mean, it was just, Ruben puts on a show when he's hurt. I mean, when Ruben gets hurt, he is seriously hurt. Kyle didn't pay no attention to him. You see, they flashed, Kyle was still looking at his clipboard like nothing was up, man. Matt Breida looked to have a scary-looking non-contact leg injury, which scared the bejesus out of everybody. Comes off the field, one-legged. And then we find out in the postgame, it was nothing but a hyperextended knee. You know what really cracks me up, though? He came back from that to continue kicking ass. The hell, Matt? I am impressed. You know, most people do not. Breida, I think Kyle should run a little more. And I do want to see both guys running because I don't want to see Brady get hurt. But I want to see Brady in the backfield. You know what? Coming out of the backfield for passes. Did you see that pass that he made? That was a difficult catch he made. Jimmy G overled him, and he had to dive for that catch. I think his hands aren't nearly as bad as anybody may have thought. With CJ, I'm going to wait to see if his growth from last year. As I mentioned before, I don't want to give up on him right away. From last season, we know he left pretty much a disaster. He's a rookie. He was learning. But that catch, he threw in the back of the end zone, which was right on the money. Damn. To George Kittle, that TD. First snap, boom. Fam, I'm not trying to say get your hopes all. I'm just saying we could be surprised what we see from CJ. He's had some time to figure out some things. He's had a lot of reps in practice. And maybe just about him getting into the system. You know, my only concern is CJ, don't stand there and think too long, get rid of the ball. Jimmy was doing that as well. So let's see which one of them has a better grasp of the system. If his ability to process is increased, fam, I don't know. He'll never be Jimmy G, but as long as he could just keep the offense running, because I got to figure the running game is about to develop a personality and on its own. It may be able to take care of itself. Matt Breida and Alfred Morris could be a better one of the better leagues, better 1-2 combinations. The wide receiver group, you want to hear something interesting? I had an argument before the season started to a small degree, but I didn't go along with it. C.J. Beathard may have a better deep ball than Jimmy G. I'm just saying, because that shot, a couple of shots last year, that was interesting, especially that one to Marquise Goodwin was right on the money and caught Marquise in stride. That shot to Kittle yesterday, if there's one thing CJ could do, he could throw downfield. All right? So maybe Kyle will draw that play up, and if Goodwin can get on his horse when we have slower defensive backs in secondary, who knows? His accuracy seems to be less effective short range. Well, let's see what happens. All right. Tell you what, let us go ahead and check out and see. Oh, right. Sorry. Money Mike, we will be okay still. Hey, I'm talking about fam. You know what I'm saying? Andrew, 49, shout out to all the Empire from Arizona. What's up, Andrew? Ricardo. Uh, I know it hurts really bad. It's so scary. So, he'll be back on the sidelines in a couple of weeks. I understand his legs will be swollen for a while, and he'll be right back on the sidelines. Super duper team, CJ all the way. Team CJ all the way. KC, at least keeping our heads up. We really should. Don't give up on the guys. Ambitions of a Niner. 916. Can I Niner blast for my boy Roland? He's your biggest fan. Roland. Roland? What's up, Roland? Yeah. He says, let's go, CJ. Audio V says, did you ever blame Tyler? I know, right? I was getting, Tyler, God dang it, never mind. Mr. T, like I said, if we play 4 quarters of football, can't nobody stop us but us. I'm saying, man. Civic Sport Injection FP6, dear Lord, have mercy upon us. It's not got to that point yet. My 0724, we are in trouble on defense as long as Saliva is coach. Little Chad says, bro, y'all need to believe in CJ. He's part of the 49ers empire. No, that's true. But we just got used to of Jimmy G, and so we're hoping. Billy Badass says, fire seller. Sir Garcia, what's up? Go hard. Sherm gave up, Rude boy, we're back to the 2017 us. No Jimmy, no Sherm, and everyone else that has some notoriety is injured. No smiles. Yeah, it does look bad. I ain't gonna lie. Virgie Vixen, VV. Why did this happen? I asked that all day after the show during the night. Why, God? Donna Bell says, why Ronbo Sports praising Mahomes? Let's wait. I actually think we're having some sort of depressive episode as a franchise family, and CJ's going to be bent up like a braid. Because Donna Bell, I talked about CJ so bad. I talked about it like he's a child. I'm sorry. I talked about Mahomes like really badly before the season. He's shown me he's not as bad as I say. That's the only reason why I gave him praise. So because people always say, Ron, you're such a homer, man. You don't appreciate nobody but the 49ers. I'm trying to tell you, I notice things. 49ers are still the absolute shiznit. But every now and then, I'll correct myself. Andre Smith, what's up? Mr. Joe Pappy says, stay strong, faithful. Hopefully Jimmy and McKinnon heal fully and stay healthy next season. Probably be another top 10 pick. And it'll be a better edge rusher. Those are some of the things I was talking about, too. Let's discuss some of the positives involved in this and try to make ourselves feel better. I still want to see CJ next week, though. I want to know if he's made strides. Because like I said, the run game is going to be fine. We can see that right now. You give CJ a supporting run game, we run a little more often, I don't know. It could result in something good. Hey, there's my boy Mel as I roll out to the tri-state area. Mel!
My man, bang, bang, Niner gang all day.
Damn right.
Man, look, I called after the game yesterday when I saw, the alert that your show was coming on, and I called, and I was waiting for a little while. I couldn't wait any longer, though, which turned out to be a good thing because I had some choice words that I don't normally say. A lot of them were 4-letter words.
I know.
But, I calmed down. Everything's in perspective right now. I was livid yesterday for so many different reasons. Our defensive backs, they were getting cooked, like just straight up from the first whistle until halftime, getting straight up cooked. Like it looked like the Chiefs were playing a college team or something. And I could not understand it. I couldn't understand it. Number two, what the F is the deal with all these injuries, man? Are our boys made out of paper mache or something? Why every week is there such a big injury report? And every single time somebody goes down, I'm just a nervous wreck that it's a season-ending injury. What is going on with these guys? Is their conditioning not good? What's really going on with their training and their bodies? It's ridiculous, man. I don't understand it. I really don't. But now that I've vented, I'm good. Like, I still think we got a shot at the playoffs. The beginning of our season, those were the tougher games and all of that. We kind of have a stretch in the middle of the season where, there's some warm-up games. And I don't know if it's going to be CJ. I don't know if it's going to be Mullens. But I remember speaking to you during preseason, and I was speaking about TJ, and I said, knock on wood. I guess I knocked on the wrong wood or whatever, but I said, knock on wood. Hopefully Jimmy doesn't go down, but if he does, I remember saying to you that CJ has something to prove.
Yeah.
He started last season as a rookie, and Jimmy G came in. You know, CJ went down at the end of that game last year. Jimmy G came in, and the city just embraced him. Like, the faithful just embraced Jimmy, and it was 13-3 because we got Jimmy G, and we just rallied behind him. And not just the city, but the players themselves. And I know, as a quarterback, quarterbacks are some of the most, you know, cocky guys and confident guys in the world. So you know that rubs CJ some kind of way. Like, man, I want that too. So you know he was out there working hard. So all CJ has to remember is he cannot hold on to the ball long because our O-line is straight up stinky right now. I was so ticked off that Jimmy just kept getting pounded on. What was our O-line doing too, by the way? I don't know if it's stunting and guys are just, I don't know, man. But
Mel, did you get a chance to see the game? Or were you watching?
Yeah, I watched it.
Hear the news. Because that play.
Yeah, they were great in the run.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that play, the O-line couldn't save him on that one.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that play. I'm talking about the first half, like, this period. The last 3 games period, Jimmy gets pounded on, even when he's able to get rid of the ball. Even
that's
when
true.
he doesn't lead to an actual attack, he still gets pounded on. It's like always somebody in his face. And McGlinchey shrugging his shoulders after the plays, and it's like guys are looking at each other like, oh, no, that wasn't my guy. No, that was your guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. But you know what we need, man? We need to sit them down. And before they sit down, they need to take a tour. They need to take a tour around Levi Stadium and just look at the history that we have, man. We're the freaking 49ers. We're the San Francisco 49ers. You need to try it, man. Know the history of where you are and who you play for. Keep your head up, pick your head up, and you ball out. When one man goes down, we have that next man mentality. And whoever you are, if you're the center, if you're the running back, the quarterback, the defensive back, if you're the ball boy or the water boy, you are an extension of your teammates, which is an extension of your coaching staff, which is an extension of the ownership, which is an extension of your fans, man. We are all together.
And Mel, I know where you're going. Come in and represent this organization in a fitting fashion. I hear you. But hey.
Exactly, man. Pick up the mantle, man.
Mel, we got to stop though, fam. I'll tell you what, Mel.
All right, man, bro.
All right, I'll be looking for you tomorrow, okay? Appreciate you, Mel.
All right, got you.
All right. Yeah, Mel is right, man. Some of these guys, you know, and McGlinchey, I can excuse McGlinchey because he's coming along. He's not arrived, but he has his moments of doing good football. He had his moments of being a rookie. Joe Staley is what killed me yesterday. Do you know the sack that came on Jimmy was off Joe? Anyway, Joe knows, and, you know, if anybody we could depend on for that not happening very often, it's him. Hey, Zay.
Going on, Ronbo?
Oh, Zay, man, I want to just sit back here contemplating the future. And Zay, give me something on the game. But Zay, do you see anything that's potentially positive coming from this? There's an obvious answer, but I'm wondering if anybody's got any other things. Everybody's talking about, well, if we lose enough games, we can go ahead and get that edge rusher, because you ain't going to get no edge rusher at number 15 on the list. That's my favorite, actually.
Oh, man.
But what do you think of?
Well, positive, I would say the run blocking. The run blocking was great.
And it looks like it's getting better.
And Persons was really getting out of there. It was really getting their blocks. The pass offensive line, the pass blocking was good too. I wasn't too much. We had like a couple of flaws in the first half, but second half they fixed it.
Yeah.
It was
amazing.
It was
Second half, there was a different team.
Yeah.
I don't know what did they get cussed out, or what made them play better. I don't understand.
That defense.
I mean, what would you have said to them at the halftime? Because I know I would have said the wrong thing. They probably would have quit. Because I'd have called them all kind of MFs and everything else.
If I was Mike Shanahan, probably was like, man, y'all got to put some points on the board, man. The defense ain't shit.
I'm talking about our defense. 5.
Oh,
All 5 possessions. You guys couldn't stop him one time. Please, somebody raise your hand and
discipline.
explain to me why you
Our
couldn't stop
defense,
him one time.
discipline. And I don't blame Ralph Selleck. I don't blame him. Me and my brother was looking at it. He actually called some right plays. We're so undisciplined. That's what it is. We're undisciplined. We jump at plays
Flags.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah, flags. We jump at plays. Misreads. All types of stuff. Cornerbacks
Zay,
reading well.
And Zay, is your favorite when you got K1 looking over at the safety, and then the safety's looking over at the corner? I want to go out there and slap every last one of them. I said, but what are y'all doing, man? What do you work on in practice? You go tell me you forgot everything in the middle of a play. Why don't you go ask somebody? God. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zay.
Problem with the safeties was they couldn't even read the ball in the air.
Oh.
Colbert, that Tyreek Evans catch, that could have been an easy pick if he read that. Another thing, Pat Mahomes, he's good, but he's not that good. He's not real accurate. That's why I say Andy Reid is a genius. Andy Reid's a genius. He know how to use Pat Mahomes. And that's why Pat Mahomes doing so well. I was just watching all the formations and stuff. That's why I feel like he was doing so well, but at the same time, our defense is so undisciplined.
And common sense.
Too much jumping. It's just they jumpy. They go for so much fakeness. Like they was going for all the little fake PAs, all that stuff. They was going for it. They was
did
going
you see
for everything undisciplined.
Travis Kelce? He did the oldest move in the book.
Mm-hmm.
He did a double clutch. And they bet. You bet.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They wasn't doing, look, they plays was, like, their offense wasn't doing
anything special.
We were just biting. That's what we were doing. We was biting. I'm like, this defense, the tackling is garbage. We keep going for the legs. I don't know why. Reuben Foster was going for the legs, too.
They
Warner
teach that. That's what they teach.
Yeah, I'm thinking because that's the only fault I would give Ralph Selleck.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to teach him something else, and it's not working because last year I ain't see Colbert
missing like that,
right? Tackles like this.
Zay, we got to stop. Zay, we got to stop. I'll tell you what, man. I'll be looking for you tomorrow, and see, because I thought we was gonna calm down today. Everybody's still mad. I'm mad.
One more thing.
Quick.
CJ, I believe in CJ, man. He's accurate and his progression is good.
Not bad.
He got a better line than last year.
Yeah, I think so.
He got a better line than last year.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I'm going to end it with. I believe in CJ.
There you go. We all got to. We'll be buying his jersey by week 9.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's accurate. All right.
See you tomorrow, Zay. All right.
All right. See you.
All right, fam. Mark Espinoza, thanks, family. Says the most important positive thing is our second string gets more reps and they get more familiar. And you know why that's really important? Because since our players are dropping like flies at an alarming rate, you need a second string that is badass because they're going to get the action, apparently, every season. Hey, and JJ, otherwise, we lost Thursday. Go to Nighthawk. All right, so we're hanging out on the East Coast. It's late. Nighthawk, come on in H. Nighthawk always comes in like this. Watch him suddenly show up in the scene. Because Nighthawk, he's worried about going to sleep. So what he does now, I got him all figured out. He trains his phone on the opposite wall. And then he wakes up when he hears me call, Nighthawk. Oh, nighty, Nighthawk. Nighthawk. See, he fell out already, see. Nighthawk thinks I don't know what's up. All right, let's go. Is Nighthawk? No. Hey, Kenner!
What's up, Ronbo?
Kenny, man, I'm just sitting here wondering what's up next. I can't wait. Again, this Sunday is exciting as last Sunday because I want to know where CJ is in his development. And we're going up against the Chargers that apparently aren't that good this year. So I'm interested in seeing what's happening Sunday. But what are you thinking, man?
Well, he made our red zone problem look pretty good yesterday.
Did that pretty easy, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Rumble, I wanted to reflect on something I said yesterday.
Sure.
And it's about Shanahan. People call him the quarterback whisperer, and he turns quarterbacks into superstars. And so far, it seems like it's going really, really slow, and I haven't really seen it yet. But one thing that is different from when he was in Atlanta and Cleveland and all that is that he was just an offensive coordinator then. So he had lots of one-on-one time with the quarterback.
True.
And now that he's head coach and the offensive coordinator, he's having to deal with not only the offense, but the draft, the cutting the 53-man roster, dealing with the team. He's doing a lot of stuff right now. And I really, really wish he would get some help, man. I really wish he'd get some help so he can work more with the quarterback. The quarterback is the key piece to his offense. And, man, he needs some help. And that one-on-one time with the quarterback is what made Matt Ryan what he was when Shanahan was with him. You know what I mean? He turned him around real quick, made him a superstar. I mean, he had the highest points in the league. And
MVP. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, I mean, I don't know who they would call or who they'd get to help, but I honestly think he needs some help because he needs that time with certain players to get his scheme going and his system going. That's just my take on it. And as far as CJ goes, man, you know what? He's our backup for a reason. He's been in the system for this will be a second season. He's had a full off season with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I heard they're bringing in Tom Savage or something like that.
I was getting ready to mention that too. That's a waste of time. But you know what? Not to worry. I can almost bet money the Savage is just coming in to take a look, and he'll be leaving. And in case you wanted to know, though, Kenny, there are also Tom Savage, Landry Jones, Kellen Clemens, who Kyle mentioned as if that was a good news, T.J. Yates, Matt Moore, and even Jay Cutler is on the list. He did clear up that Colin Kaepernick will not be coming into camp. So, and for the reasons that he stated last year. One thing people have to realize, Colin Kaepernick is special, no doubt about it. But you have to build an offense around Cap. You can't really stick him into another offense. That's the thing there. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm rolling with CJ, man. I think the kid showed us a lot of heart last year, and I'm sure there's no way he can digress. There's only improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I think. Yeah.
Give him a chance, man. He fucking dropped a dime last night, man. Like that was perfectly thrown ball, and it was a touchdown. The refs screwed us up over it, but that was a perfectly thrown ball. And it was in the red zone where we've been having problems, So,
if this is Kyle Shanahan getting better too. If you notice, lately, we are not having red zone problems here and there. But for the most part, the 49ers get close to the goal line, they score. That play with Kendrick Bourne was just ridiculously silly. The two plays yesterday where you had guys completely, I'm talking wide open, when you seen Juice and when you seen Marquise walk into the end zone, now that's efficiency. So I think they're coming around. They'll get it figured out. It's coming.
All right. One last thing, Ronbo. Hey, to everybody listening, man, the 13-3 because we got Jimmy G thing is dead. I buried it yesterday. It's in my backyard.
Yeah.
It's got a little tombstone. It reads until next year. So
it will be better next
letting
year.
Everybody know. I'll dig it up next year.
There you go. Don't bury it too deep. I'm saying, man. All right, get it. Good stuff as always.
All right,
man.
Shout out to you, Ronbo.
Hey.
A1 since day one, Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to the His Squad, Real Night Hawk Fan Club, and stay up, Empire, man. We still got
And Kenny,
13 games left.
that's right. Let's wait before we go into complete depression. Just wait. Yeah. Okay. All right,
Yep.
Kenny. Have a good night, fam.
All right, man. Yep.
And let me bring him in right, since I'm not as tired as I was yesterday. My throat is not hurting. Rod, let me take a sip here. Oh yeah. And
Let's
now
go,
let me
baby.
do Niners! All right, I'm telling you right now, man, that stuff healed up overnight, man. That's why I always stick to your single malts. It has some healing properties.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, Rod, I'm starting to cheer myself up like I always do because I love my team like you and me do. And
Right.
I'm thinking of some of the positives involved in this. I'm not going to dwell on the negatives. I know we're angry, we're worried, but it's all part of football. It'll be all right. But what are you thinking?
Well, Ronbo, man, if you go back and play your tapes, man, I think Gerard has been the rational one all season long.
All
man.
the time. That's
I mean,
why.
I'm keeping it real, man. I know everybody wanted 12-4, 13-3, Super Bowl, all that shit. But like I said before, man, we're in the rebuilding process. I already knew that we only had 2 first-round picks on defense. And I mean, the bottom line is we don't have nobody that's really on the front 4 part of it that's been consistent. Set aside DeForest Buckner. So it's only so much that you can expect. And let me make one point, man, that I think a lot of people are forgetting about too. Why they giving Robert Saleh a hard time? It's like you got to remember, man, when when Kyle Shanahan was selected to be coach. They couldn't get to him in the beginning because he was going to the Super Bowl. So by the time he signed his contract, he only had so much as far as availability of good coaches. So Robert Saleh was, what was available. As far as, get somebody who had familiarity with the defense. So I mean, I wish the Empire would just be a little patient.
Rod,
it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Let me have a question though. The thing is, I think they wanted the coach. What's the guy who invented this defense, or not invented it, but pretty much made it a success in Seattle? He's over in with the Chargers.
Atlanta.
Yeah, well, no, the guy.
Oh, okay.
Well, him too, yeah.
I
But
thought
he's
it was
already
Dan Quinn. I'm sorry.
He's already a
Go
head
ahead.
coach. Who's the guy that's the defensive coordinator with the Chargers? They wanted him, and he flipped a coin, and he went with the Chargers. So we ended up, like you say, because I don't even know if they're going to install this program. I heard initially they wanted Fangio, and then they wanted Wade Phillips, but he had went to L.A., and that is how we do
Well,
end up
see,
doing
if
the
you go back
4-3.
if you go back a little bit further than that,
Go ahead. Go back further.
Fangio said Fangio said originally if they had Mike Shanahan, and this was the time when we chose Chip Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
He said that Fangio was willing to come with Kyle.
See?
But I mean, he was already up on the contract by the time we actually signed him. So
Yeah.
with Chicago.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've always contended that I thought it was a bad idea in the first place to switch from 3-4.
Yeah.
With the players that we already had under contract. That's all I'm saying.
Team was designed for
The players that we had under contract. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of guys that, I mean, just think about how many guys they cut. Just think about how many guys they came and just got rid of because, they was going a different route, which, I mean, I can't blame them for that. But it's like, on top of switching schemes, you're going with a defensive coordinator who's unproven, who has no coordinated experience. But it's because this is all that we got available. So, I mean, get a man a break, man.
And Gus Bradley, Gus Bradley is who probably would have did a better job. But then I'm looking at the Chargers defense, and they're getting their butt toe up too. And they got better players, I think, in their secondary than we do. In fact, I'm pretty sure
they got an offense too, man.
Yeah,
you see all the receivers they got now that Mike Williams is healthy.
Ooh, he looked good. Yes, I don't know why the Rams lost that game. There's something wrong with them. I mean, the Chargers. So you're right. Well, fam.
Yeah.
A clock ran out
But
on the
I'm gonna make it quick. I know you got to go. Let me say one more thing to you if I can, man. As far as the quarterback situation goes,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Beathard, you know, the difference between he and Garoppolo is that, keep in mind, as a rookie, he was in this very offense.
Yeah.
Garoppolo came from the New England system, so he's learning something completely over.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's get back behind and support our quarterback, man. I think
Yeah.
that touchdown that they took from him is an indication that
He
he's
can throw.
already got a little comfort zone in making throws in certain
Yeah.
spots, right?
Yeah. And
All
he
right,
can throw
man.
the
Send me
deep.
home, Ronbo.
All right, here we go.
Yes, you can.
Niners for my man Rod.
We'll catch you on Tuesday, man.
I'll be looking for you too, Rod. Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, I refuse to give up on CJ. Hey, oh yeah, bring the Rev in. Hey, Rev.
Ronbo.
Rev, man. Tell you. One thing about being a 49er fan, we got to be resilient. Because, boy, we always got something going on. Always. It ain't always good.
It's not. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Shout out to the Empire, Red and Gold, 24/7, 365. Empire, my family worldwide, please listen to the Rev as I say this to you. Yesterday hurt every last one of us.
True.
It hurt us to the core to where we don't know what to do. I am sick of seeing all the social media blah, 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 blah. Let's get these facts out right now. Cap is not coming back. Let's just get that shit out in the open right now. He is not coming back. We have CJ Beathard as our quarterback. The key word to all of what I'm not going to get into, but the key word I'm just going to say is there's a reason why we are called the faithful. It doesn't matter if we go 6-10, 9-7, whatever. Faithful means we stick by our squad, win, lose, or draw. I recall back in, 1981, when we had Steve DeBerg as a quarterback, and when he went down, Joe Montana stepped in, and look what Joe Montana did. I'm not saying that C.J. Beathard is Joe Montana or he's the answer, but he is what we have for right now. I know this is not going to be a cakewalk. Nothing is never given to us. We have to earn everything. There's a reason why John Lynch said brick by brick, and this is one of the foundations of brick by brick. It hurts me to say that, most people are quick to say, well, now that Jimmy's gone, we don't have this, we don't have that, season's over with. You know what? It don't matter. We have to go out and we have to play. We have to fight every down. We have to execute everything that we can with what we got. I'm still going to scream, hoop, holler, rep my colors every Sunday, talk shit to anybody that wants to talk about my 49ers wherever I go to watch a 49er game.
Good.
It don't matter. I'm stuck in Carolina Panther country, and I tell Panther fan base, fuck yourselves. There's a reason why we're called faithful. There's a reason why, and it was a caller earlier that says, you know what, these boys need to walk around Levi's Stadium and see the history of who we are. The history of who we are is for the fact that we're the first NFL team to get 5. We're the reason we are is for the fact of we know what it takes to get back on top. Yes, it hurts that we lost Jimmy G. I understand that. I'm hurting my damn self. But you know what? Come Sunday against the Chargers, it don't fucking matter. CJ Beathard is our quarterback. We're going to go out and play. We're going to do what we need to do. If you are as faithful, repping that red and gold 24/7, 365, it don't fucking matter. We are going to go out and we're going to fight. We are going to play. Let's just get this under our belts right now. Let's just focus on the next game. All I'm saying to the Empire worldwide that is listening to Ronbo right now, Rev 4949 hits is telling you it does not matter if this season is tanked. It does not matter if we lose. It does not matter because the facts is that we're going to rise above all this shit. But as a unity, as a family, as red and gold, we are going to stand proud and we are going to remain faithful, win, lose, or draw. You know what? Fuck the NFL. Fuck the league. We're still 49ers. we still can smack somebody in the face. We still going to come out and play. We got to strap our helmets on the same way that everybody else do. We got to put our uniforms on like everybody else do. And you best believe we're going to come out and do something. And I really feel that with Jimmy being hurt, the encouragement that I've been seeing from all the other players is saying, hey, CJ is our guy. We love him. We trust him. Faithful. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. That's just the facts, the bottom lines to it. And the Rev, hey, I love my fan worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide. We rep this red and gold 24/7, 365. But you know what? From the, we need to get Cap back. We need to do this. Man, fuck all that shit. Okay, Cap is gone. Cap did his thing. He's gone. He's gone. Get it? He's gone. Shanahan confirmed it. He does not want him. He does not work for the system. CJ Beathard has a prime opportunity, being that this is his second year, that he knows Shanahan's system. So, hey, go out and do the damn thing. All we can do is support him. And there's a fact that we say that we are faithful. We are faithful.
Message.
So, Ronbo, I'm not going to hold you up. Hey, the Rev loves everybody. Red and gold, we rep it. Hey, come Sunday, family, wear your colors. Shout out proud. We're faithful. We're 49ers. And that's what it do.
And this game ain't over till it's over. We ain't lost no game yet.
Hey,
let's wait. Right?
Hey, Ronbo. Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Like the saying goes, I ain't heard no fat lady sing, because I'm still feeding that bitch at a buffet.
This guy.
So,
Rev, let me see you tomorrow. I tell you what, don't let us. Boy,
holla at you.
Yeah. All right, Rev. Appreciate you,
holla
fam.
at you.
Have a good night, Rev. Oh man, that's good points, man. Rev brought it home, man. Hey, oh, it's Tyler.
Man,
Yeah, I know.
after yesterday, I was heartbroken.
Yeah, well, it's your fault. You knew
Please
that was
don't go there. I cried myself to sleep last night.
No, you know what, Tyler? All jokes aside, I want you to know I've always been kidding about that, but you know we were giving you crap about that before, but you know these things, I don't believe in that stuff. Superstition can only go so far.
Well, you know what? You know what I think though.
What?
CJ's in his second year. He's gonna have much better protection, and with CJ, we've seen it already. Shanahan can use his ability. He's got a unique skill set where he can run the ball. So I feel like we're going to be using him in that way. Because he's got the body to be able to run. Jimmy doesn't have the running type of body. He can get hit in the pocket, but getting outside the pocket, that's not good for him.
You know, though, CJ better not be running too much. We can't afford in some of these times, it's not about getting hit out of the pocket. It's about, like what Jimmy did. He just pivoted wrong, and the knee went. So we got to keep CJ in that pocket. He's just got to make quicker decisions and get rid of the ball. And just like Jimmy, they got to make quicker decisions and get rid of the ball. I don't know what's going on with the receivers. I have problems believing they're always covered. But I do know that timing on these routes has something to do with it. You got to put that ball where it's supposed to be and trust the receivers. So that could be part of it. Because they weren't able to cover them last season. So what the hell? So.
You know, since you got that NFL Game Pass, you can go look at the coaches film in a few days. Couple days.
And I can see if guys are not open or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Then, you know, CJ went in and saw him after the game. He told him he loves him. He's gonna be praying for him. And Jimmy's like,
go lead
he's like, team. You gotta lead these boys. And you know what? The response from the players is great. Like you saw Ruben's response. He's like, of course, Rube said that's Jimmy G. But you know what? We got CJ coming up, and you know he's gonna do his thing. And he said we're gonna play for Jimmy, and we're gonna rally around CJ.
That's the attitude.
So we're gonna do what we got to do.
That's the attitude I was hoping for, and I knew they'd take that on, Tyler. I knew they would get mad at first. They would be sad, and by the time Sunday comes, they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna be ready to play football. So people think we're gonna get our ass
exactly.
kicked
The defense is going. Imagine the effect that defensive line's gonna have now.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna get a lot more penetration now.
I'm going to get pissed if they do, though. You know, that's going to make me mad, though, Tyler, because I'm wondering, where are you guys that you would allow every possession to score? I am really annoyed by that. God.
Yeah, you know, and hey, like your response yesterday after the game, eventually you were calmed down. I didn't see your reaction after he got injured. When he got injured initially, I thought it was a concussion because he was sitting up, and I thought he hit it because he got hit. Oh yeah, where was the penalty? I mean, sure he lowered. I think he lowered his head. That's why.
Yeah, Jimmy initiated the contact. The guy was just he was just standing there. But Jimmy learned he'll never do that again. Just step the hell out of a bounds, Jimmy.
You know what makes it worse? The Chiefs player after the game came out and said, "Well, it's his fault."
Yeah, I know.
Don't
they
go
put that
and do
next
that.
to what
Like,
Joe Staley said. He was just being a football player. He was trying to do it for his team. And then that guy, like you said, he says, it's his fault. Man, he says, I praise, okay, but still. Just
You know what? It was just like you said. It's 2 more yards is not. You were worth so much more to us than that. And plus, he would have still had a 4th down to maybe score a touchdown, draw us within 7. And then, plus, we would have 5 minutes left if we stop KC, get the ball back, drive down, tie it, or maybe win the game.
Mm-hmm. All that.
It made me angry.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? If we could just put those thoughts out there and early, so people could not make these stupid mistakes.
And what made me angry was Kyle kicked the field goal. Like, what are you doing? Go for the touchdown, and then let the defense do their thing and see if they can stop them. We had all 3 timeouts, and then even that was an absolute dime that CJ threw. So say that counted as a touchdown. Say that counted as a touchdown.
I did.
We could have.
I still say the score was 38-34. So
it would have been 38-31 at that point because that field goal never would have been kicked, and then we could have gotten the opportunity to stop them and get the ball back and see what CJ could do. Maybe drive us down and tie up the game.
Tyler, we gotta go. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. Let's see what. I just hope Tom Savage is not added to the team, but let's see what develops over.
Oh, he won't be. He won't be. Mullens is gonna. They said they're gonna bring up Mullens.
Good.
And believe in CJ. We're the faithful. We don't give up on them. I hate. People are saying our season's over. There's plenty of ball left to be played. I believe we could still go 9-7.
There you go. All right, Tyler. We gotta go. We got
9-7.
All right,
9-7 is a good record for what we have.
I agree. All right. Have a good night, Tyler.
Yep.
Man.
Pipe bomb.
I believe he's awake.
What's up, Ronbo?
Now, I know you like to hear when I'm singing because I know you was asleep. As I be sitting there, lullaby, Nighthawk, time to wait. Because Nighthawk, I seen you had the phone pointed out the way. Nighthawk, come on in here, man. What's on your mind?
Man, you know what? People say CJ's good, but I'll find out Sunday.
Yeah, we will. We will. I agree. He's just got to have a
but
chance.
I'm not going to say anything bad about CJ right now until we see what happens.
Good. Because he don't deserve that. CJ deserves some respect. Until he goes in and proves that he ain't capable, we should think CJ is be fine. He won't be Jimmy. But that may not be necessary. Yeah. And it's going to be a different offensive game plan, too. I think you're going to see a lot of Matt Breida and a lot of Alfred Morris, and that's going to make CJ's job a lot easier. Now, them rollouts could be even more effective, and Kyle should have done this with Jimmy even. If you got a good running game, use them. Beat that defense up, and now your play action works. See? So I hope that's what's happening.
So I hope that we beat San Diego Sunday.
Seems like everybody else does. You mean L.A.?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
man.
L.A. Stars, or what you call them. Yeah.
Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we beat their asses, too.
They make a lot of dumbass mistakes. I don't know what's going on with that team, but, let's see what happens. We deserve
like I said, Jimmy should not have had, I would see this, he just go out of bounds. Why he had to make that move?
It's like Joe Staley says, he's just being a football player, trying to get his team as close to it, because if he cuts that past that dude, he could have ran for about 10 more yards.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I seen the replay, I seen the highlights, and I'm like, it was too late to do that.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I don't know what Jimmy...
The defense player was right in his face. When he did that move...
And got hit. He hurt himself.
He got out of bounds.
I don't know why he did that. It was just foolish. But he learned, and you can bet CJ will never do. I mean, well, CJ won't either. But you can bet Jimmy will never do that again, ever. Just step
So I think
out.
so he's out for the whole season, right? He's out for the whole season.
Oh, hell yes. I mean, the thing is, the swelling and everything will go down in a couple of weeks, but he's got a rehab from there for the rest of the year. So, he's got a long way.
So how long do they have to rehab for do that?
I guess, I don't know. There's no timetable on that, but you don't want to bring him back to play football because that's a little too much for a knee that's just being repaired, surgically repaired. You got to give that a whole year.
Found his lesson. Next time he's not going to do that.
No, he won't. And Kyle will probably tell him. And Kyle will probably tell him as soon as he's back in camp, don't you ever do that again. Kyle's probably being nice to him now, but he'll tell him, you're the franchise quarterback. You don't run unnecessary risk. Let somebody else do that. Step out of bounds. That's you can't get mad at him now, though, because he's hurt. But,
Yeah, but Showman is going to be out, too. So
Yeah, 3 weeks.
But it's okay. You know what? You're still 49ers fan. We're going to kick San Diego butt.
That's right. Tell you, we still got a run game. I'm worried about the defense. I'm worried like hell about the defense.
Like, you know what? It's okay. Like, let's see what Caesar do. If CJ come out that win, if they won that game on Sunday with CJ, that'd be good.
Renewed confidence. All right, Night-Hawk. I will see you tomorrow, fam. You want to holler?
Give me a shout out, Rambo.
Night-Hawk! Hawkman.
Night-Hawk. Night-Hawk is out.
Hey, and let's see. The Undra. Thank you, the Undra. Appreciate it, fam. All right. We had Mark Martin Espinosa. All right. And good. It's Michael Arupina. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Mike, man. Boy, I tell you what, man. I'm sorry. You know what, though? Because if you're a real 49er fan I'm talking, your heart just pumps nothing but red and gold. It's amazing how you can wake up feeling still that love for the 49ers makes you feel optimistic. I'm feeling much better about the team than I am last night. I went to bed in damn near tears. But what are you thinking, Mike?
Well, Ronbo, I've been thinking about a lot of things since, one funny thing that just popped into my head when I was listening to this, I was just thinking about that call. Do you remember when there was a play where Mike McGlinchey jumped off sides, and they let the play go, and then they call Mike Person for holding on the play. Have you ever seen a play like that? There was an offsides, and they let the play run, and then they call Mike Person for holding.
Mike,
I'm
saw
thinking, what the
offsides
hell is
more
going
than
on
once,
here?
too. Yeah, it's just bad officiating.
But when there's a false start, that ends the play. The play is supposed to stop right there.
Yeah.
And they let it go. That's supposed to be to protect the quarterbacks and all that. And But anyways, that just popped in my head. But no, getting to the game, Ronbo, I just don't understand how you can be preparing for a football team, a big game like this, a huge game. You know you're going into a hostile environment. You're going to Arrowhead Stadium. You know this team is explosive. They got all kinds of explosive weapons. And you're preparing for them all week long. And yeah, you're in a different time zone, albeit, and you're getting up a little earlier than you normally would be. But I don't get how you can go out on the field in your pajamas, let me yawn a little bit, drink my coffee while the first half is going on, and then, okay, it's second half, now I'll wake up.
Yeah.
Dude, I want you out there. I want you on fire during the week. I want you running out there from the very first time you step foot on the field. I don't want you walking onto the field. I want you running, and I want your hair on fire, and I want energy. And the Niners did not bring that energy at all in the first half. If you watch that second half, they came out a whole different team, man. They had energy. And I just don't get how you can come out the first half looking the way they looked, man. I mean,
see, I don't understand. Didn't they spend a day? I guess they didn't spend any time in Kansas City. Did they get up and go get on a plane the day before or something? You're right. I was wondering the same thing. You guys came out there like you didn't feel like playing in the first half, and now it's in your time zone in the second half. Now you feel like playing. That's a great perception, Mike. That's exactly what we were watching.
It was huge. I mean, and it's not even really, it wasn't even really, oh, did we win this play or did we win that play? It's just like, let me see you playing fast. Let me see the energy. Let me see you hitting people, And I just didn't see that in the first half, and I couldn't understand it. The defense, they were not staying in their lanes at all. They totally lost containment. They were broken coverages all over the field, low energy. I mean, I just don't get it, man. I just didn't get that.
And Mike, how many points did the defense allow in the second half?
3.
See? God dang it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Where were you guys in the first half? You made them look like they were the best team in football, and in the second half you came out there and you beat them up. What if you would have done that in the first half? God! Jesus!
Hey, man, I really do think, too, I know a lot of people are saying, you're talking about CJ right now, and I think it is going to be very, very interesting to see how he has progressed from last year, because I just hope he's not going to be hanging on to the ball as long. And I know our O-line is better than it was last year, but let's get it straight, man. I mean, he was hanging on to the ball for a long time last year, too.
That was my complaint last year. Yeah.
Let's see if he can make the reads quicker and get the ball out quicker. And
he should, though, Mike. He should. He's been around Jimmy long enough now. Kyle's worked with him. I think he saw the error of his ways from last year. He was a rookie. He didn't know, got sprung out there all of a sudden. I think he's a little better mentally prepared now. Yeah.
And as far as the defense, man, I mean, the missed tackles, too. I mean, I had to go back and kind of watch it. And I was watching Ruben. And I'll tell you, man, he was flying around the field, but he was flying around missing tackles, man.
Yeah.
He missed 6 tackles. He missed 6 tackles in the game.
First game back, though, Mike, when he came back against Dallas last year, he looked a little bit like he looked yesterday as well. The second game, he started looking more like Ruben. And the next game after that, he started being really Ruben. So let's see what he looks like this week.
Let's see what he does. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not willing to put him in any conversation with Patrick Willis, because Patrick Willis did not miss tackles, man. Never.
Ever. Mike,
no.
we're going to see you tomorrow, I hope. And, great observation about the defense coming in their sleep and not waking up until California time. God, that's so accurate.
I'm telling you. Hey, Ronbo, thanks for all you do, man. Shout out to the Empire. Shout out to the Hit Squad. And you guys all have a great night. And let's go Niners.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Have a great night. Yeah. Mike, he hit it right on the head. Our guys, I guess they went in and had a cup of coffee to have. Kyle didn't say anything other than maybe, okay, so you guys should be awake and ready to play now. All right? Let's act like it, please. Please, guys. And they come out and they just can't see. He's punting the ball and everything else. Why, fam? Why? I thought they were incapable. They weren't incapable. They weren't ready to play. Oh, man. Daniel Serrano says, every time I see somebody say this, I always like, I got 5 on it. He says he's got 5 on that Henny. I know you use the drink. Henny's smooth and light, too. Anybody can drink Henny. You can put Henny in a baby bottle. Hey, Daniel, thanks a lot, man. And by the way, let me give a shout out to all the mods. You guys hear about mods? Isabella from Hawaii. Hey, Hawaii, Ohana. Isabella, hello.
Hey, Ronbo, what's up? It's Shanice Leilani.
Oh, Shanice. Hey. Shanice. Delighted.
Man.
Hey, wait a minute. Shanice, hold on a second. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. She's a fan of yours.
Oh, is he on?
He's not here yet, but he may be a little later.
Man, I can't
He's probably
wait.
listening, though.
I can't wait. We talk about him every morning at work, and I let my coworkers listen to him. We'd be like, Yamin, everything. I love him. Man, Ronbo, I had to call in. I know it's been like 8 months or something, but I'm like, okay, Jimmy G's gone. I'm seeing all the comments. Everybody's like, oh, it's over. Our season's done. I'm like, it's the 3rd week.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 3rd week. And then brick by brick, everybody's all hashtag brick by brick, but they forget that bricks are sometimes made of sand grains.
Mm.
So that's a lot to it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And also, Tom Brady, Carson Palmer, Carson Wentz, they all had ACL tears.
True.
And look what happened.
Mm.
Their season weren't over. They came back. I mean, yeah, it sucked. We all were hyped up, and we can still be hyped up. CJ got pummeled last year. He got killed. But that man is tough as nails. He got hit by everything and everybody.
I think I saw a truck drive over him once. Yeah, you're right.
Right. I mean, so it's like, and it's like I'm really frustrated about the 43 missed tackles in 3 weeks, the most in the NFL. That is disheartening. Seeing them like chase shoelaces instead of making tackles, and I'm like, guys.
Leilani, how big would you like print that out and blow it up to poster size and post it in the locker room? If I'm the coach, I don't even say nothing. I just put it where everybody can see it. You guys are number one as the worst tackling team in the NFL. And if they walk by me and ask, Coach, you put that up there? No, I don't know how that got up there. What are you talking about?
I would print everybody a new mouthpiece and make them eat it. Yeah. Every time you put your mouthpiece in for practice, eat that.
Yes.
Eat it, taste it, because that's what you're out there doing. You know, you see all these young guys, and I'm following them all. And they were having a good time in the club and posting pictures and working hard, but it's like, you guys are babies. They're seeing these things late. You know what I mean? They're not veterans, so they don't have that intuition yet. But it's like, I want it like next game. Like, I want it so bad. I'm like looking at them. Come on, they have so much potential, but they're still babies. They're like just learning to walk. You know, last year they were crawling, but this year they're not running. They're trying to run and sprint, but they're just learning to walk. But I know that they want it in their minds. I know that they feel it. You know, I saw the press conference yesterday with Joe Staley. Like, he couldn't even talk without taking breaths. He's like,
did you see that? Oh, Joe was upset.
Yeah. And I'm like, Joe.
Yeah.
Do something, man. So it's like, you know, if they got to not watch the news and do all that. I heard what Rev said, you know, and we're all frustrated, but we can't give up. I mean, I know they're exercising. Who is it? Tom Savage and a couple other people. And I'm like, okay, I know we got to have 2 people on the bench. I know we got to have that, but you know, still they're looking like, is my job on the line? You know, CJ, he's got to be carrying a lot of weight on him. But also he knows what's up. He threw that touchdown in. You know, the referees, they made what he made, whatever. People keep talking about the curse of, you know, Santa Clara. There's no curse. There's just, we're just a baby team, 2 years old, basically, once again. But all of us faithful, we remember the 2-14 season.
Yes.
We have so much pride, but you know, I can go on and on and on, Ronbo. I don't want to take up too much time. I appreciate your channel. I listen to everybody every day, every morning. I work at Target 4 a.m. to 12:30. So 3 hours before the store opens, I'm listening to the 2 and 3 hour live in the podcast. So I hear you guys. I love you guys.
There you go.
You know, it's frustrating, but I mean, like I said, brick by brick, bricks are made of sand sometimes in lines. So we got to remember those little granules. It takes a lot to make a brick.
So true, Leilani. We're gonna have to go. But I tell you, Leilani, appreciate you, and knowing that you guys listen is fabulous. We love it. All right.
Oh yeah. Maui, Hawaii, we got you. Out here every day listening.
I like that.
All right.
Leilani, have a great
you,
day. Hey, we love you. Back.
Take care.
Talk to you later. All right. Man. I like the spirit. You know what? Together we can bring ourselves right back. We'll be all right. Gotta get that fire and feeling in there. That's what football season's all about. J-Rock. Did we go through this with J-Rock yesterday? And let's say we know J-Rock sold a car. Or was trying. Oh no, yeah. He's talking about J-Rock, you caught me this time. Yesterday we were listening to you talk about that Caprice. I remember it was a Caprice, 81. Am I right?
Nah, 84, man. And when the
Caprice.
homies come over and shit, man, they saw my Chevy in the yard. You know, it's screened out, subs. You know,
What year is that
looking
Chevy?
nice. You know, 84.
Tell you. That's right. Chevy Caprice. What I'm talking about. Hey, J-Rock, man. Give me some, man. What are you thinking?
Oh, man, I got a list of things for you this time, Ronbo, man. You know, and I like to start this off. It's the preacher talking to the choir. You know, it's not how hard you hit; it's how many hits you can take and still keep coming.
Yeah.
That Jimmy Garoppolo when he was running, everybody's talking about he should have slid, he should have ran out of bounds. But man, Jimmy Garoppolo wanted to win that game. He wanted every inch
badly,
and that's what you pay for in a quarterback. You know what I mean? And another thing. You know, the NFL is all about finding defensive players, leading with your helmet, leading this and leading that, and finding this and suspending that. But, I think we should throw the refs in that situation. I think on bad calls, they should get fined. 2 bad calls, you get fined twice as much. 3 bad calls, you don't need a ref no more.
Thank you. That's it. Strike 3. I like that idea.
Yeah. And why our players, we got some bad luck going on. Sherman, Garoppolo, this and that. Other than Breida, and may I add, an undrafted free agent that's playing for the love of the game. He got hurt, came back in. Something wrong with our strength and conditioning coaches.
Yeah, I know, right? But Breida, you mentioned him. When he walked off the field, did you think he was out for the season? I thought he was.
No,
dude.
I didn't think he. I didn't think he was because he wasn't in the draft. Not number 1, not number 2, not even number 7. He's playing because he loved to play football.
I know. The leg looked like it was done. I mean, he couldn't even unlock it to bend it to walk. Oh God!
Yeah,
and he come running back out there. Whoa!
It looked worse than Garoppolo, man. And I told you, Ronbo. I said before the season started, I said we need to play him like we was playing McKinnon.
10 carries, 90 yards. I like Alfred Morris, but let's give Matt a few more carries, Coach. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. You give Alfred Morris the ball like Seattle did in that Super Bowl when they decided not to give it to Lynch and throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time you give to Alfred Morris.
Yep. Let him beat people up around the 5-10 yards out. He can come downfield some, but save him for killing people at the goal line.
Mm-hmm. And he caught a nice pass. He caught a nice pass in that game. Yeah. And they tried to tackle him, and he threw him off. He's like, one of y'all? Man, you better bring more than one. Come on, now.
We got a run game.
Morris.
Yeah, we got a run game. I hope they use that run game to its advantage. Use it a little bit more. Make it a little more run heavy, and let CJ nail that ball downfield. That would be my plan. All right? Let's get that defense to move up. And all of a sudden explode on him. Because CJ's got a nice deep ball. So.
Yeah, he does. We got robbed on that one. And and just like we was talking about Breida, undrafted, not in the top round, not number 1, number 2. I think we need to start letting our late round picks play now.
Yeah, soon. Julian Taylor.
Taylor, Rick James.
Yeah.
Shit.
I hear you. Well, fam, I'll tell you what, let's see you tomorrow. And
all right.
Sure you keep the dog outside so nobody messes with that Caprice.
Oh, they ain't gonna touch that. I got me a pit. They ain't gonna touch that.
Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
But hey, before I leave, shout outs to Ronbo Sports, definitely. Roberto, Kenny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nighthawk. Nah, I mean. And all right, shout outs. I'm out, Ronbo.
All right, J-Rock. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow, fam. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
All right. And Jesus, my King, thank you for dropping on in. Anybody miss me? Be honest. I did. All right. Hey, Daryl.
What's going on, Ronbo?
And Daryl, man, we're sitting back here rallying to get the spirit back up again because we was like the red and gold was like I wonder what does red and gold look like if you mix it together. we was looking like a blend because the colors was just running together, man. And people were just, oh, Lord, have mercy. Because we was up here somewhere. We figured by game 5 or 6, we was going to be just blowing teams away. All of a sudden, boom! Oh, Jimmy! Get up, Jimmy! Get up! You know, and so now here we are today, like, all right, let's go, CJ! You know, so we're working on that. What are you thinking?
Well, Ronbo, that, like everybody was saying, the callers before that, that Garoppolo, the loss of Garoppolo, that's tough for anybody to swallow, But like I said, man, I think why the Empire is so anxious and ready for, they say ready for 6, which we will get, it's coming, but I think we're looking at the team we had back when we went to the Super Bowl when we had the Patrick Willis team, and we're looking at the glory. We're looking at the glory days, and it's like we miss that. The Empire misses that, and we're so anxious, and we're anticipating that day that happens again. And I think sometimes the Empire can get a little impatient, but like you said, the process, man, brick by brick. So, we'll be all right. This is not the end of the world. Like you said, we're faithful, like the Revs saying. We never give up on our team, man. This happens. This is the stuff you have to go through to get where we're going again. We'll get back to those glory days. I'm not worried about it. And I think what Jimmy G did for us, that was special, like those last 5 games. And I think we kind of, his persona, I think his persona got kind of bigger than him himself, than Jimmy himself. And I don't know, maybe that might have been a little overwhelming for him, and he didn't come out and he didn't perform the way that we expected him to perform, but he'll be back next year, and he'll be back even stronger.
And he was, but here's the thing: he was in the middle of the process, as whole offense was, trying to adapt to the offense. That's where people sort of misconceive what's going on.
Yeah.
Jimmy was like shooting from the hip last year and just going for what he knows as a quarterback for the most part. So when he started learning the playbook, it's a little different. So, the really thing that scares me is when he comes back, he will still be behind the playbook. It's a big setback, but maybe he can make some gains on the sideline from just watching as well. Kyle will probably be working with him all the way and explaining things as they've got to learn, because they've got to really get that playbook down before they can really go crazy again. That's more of what you're seeing than just Jimmy failing. I'm very sure of that, but we'll see. All right. What else?
Yeah, and I know Kyle Shanahan and they're experimenting with different things, but it's like I want to see the younger players too. Like, where's Richie James? Where's Julian Taylor? Where's Stephen Dunbar? I haven't even really seen Trent Taylor playing that much.
Well, Stephen Dunbar,
first 3 games.
I think Dunbar is on the practice squad. But listen, tell you what, here's what's going to happen, because we got to go. Around week 8 is when they start making those kind of changes if your team is not doing well. So you can look forward to that. If we're not doing anything, you can bet, boy, you're going to see a lot of different faces. So there you go. All right, fam.
And
Daryl, we got to go.
One more.
Daryl, if you can make it like 5 seconds. Go ahead, real quick.
Well, and the positive thing is about CJ coming in is there's really no film on CJ. Like, everybody was studying for Garoppolo.
That's true.
So CJ coming in. I mean, he played a few games last year, but it's really no film.
There you go. All right, Daryl, we got to go because we got a whole lot of people who want to get in tonight. So we'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate you. Shout out to the Empire.
All right, fam. Have a good night. All right. Let's go. We'll go to Harrison, New Jersey. There's other people in the phone that can check out what's going on. Area code 937. Hello, 937. Can you hear me? New Jersey. 937, we don't know your name. Hello. Maybe first time caller. Hello. All right. Let's go to Raymond. Raymond?
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Raymond. Just sitting back here feeling a little better about today than yesterday, boy, because yesterday was a bad feeling, you know? But Raymond, what's on your mind today?
Man, I don't know, man. I must be among the minority, with my thinking process. I'm trying to win games over here. As we all know, Jimmy Garoppolo was a little jittery, the whole year. Every game somebody said he could have done better. His decision-making was messed up. He even got hurt on the play where his decision-making was messed up. Like, then I look at the news and I see they got names like T.J. Yates and Kellen Clemens, and I'm just sitting there like, is these guys joking me, man? And then you guys so hyped about C.J. Beathard, right? And then the other colleges talk about Patrick Willis in the glory days, man. We had a quarterback. I don't understand why. Yeah, he got decision-making problems. Every one of them do. Obviously, Jimmy G just tore his ACL on a decision-making problem. The play before that, he threw a pick right to the Lions guy. But we got a flag on a play that denied that we should have lost that game. Jimmy G did that. Colin Kaepernick messes up, but he's way better than all these guys. It's a sad day to me, and this is a lesson I got to teach my son. When I watched the Patriots pick Josh Gordon up after he hasn't played a snap in however many years, and they just act like we just forgot about this dude, man. This dude single-handedly could destroy defenses by his own self. And then Kyle Shanahan with the fake, he doesn't fit the system. That's hogwash because RG3 played in the same system and went to the playoffs. I mean, it's saddening to me. So for me right now, I just hope, to be honest with you, man, that we get a good draft pick for next year. But this season is a wash, man. They don't want to win. They don't really want to win because it's politics. It's sad when a guy that just wants equality is viewed worse, and people just try to make excuses of how bad he played. When obviously everybody makes mistakes, everybody makes not perfect. But Colin Kaepernick took us to one playoff game with this franchise, and we are down to him. Oh, he can't play. What are you talking about, man? I seen him take a 90-yard scamper, and I also seen him make a fourth down throw on fourth and hella long. Frank Gore caught the ball, or Crabtree, I forget, but I remember it was Cat that threw the ball. Like, they act like he didn't throw the ball either. Like, of course everybody make this decision-making. Look at the quarterback we just paid all his money to, Jimmy G. He's scattery in the pocket. He's holding the ball too long. He hurt himself. But whatever, man. That's a sad day to me when they got those guys that they're interested in, and then they make an excuse talking about he don't fit the system when RG3 went to the playoffs his rookie season with the same system. Like, they don't even give him a chance. That's crazy. We don't want to win. So I think we need to set it up for a draft pick next year. Wait till Jimmy G come back. Any way you look at it, if say Cat, we did pick up Cat for the rest of the season. We know Jimmy G on deck. It'll just be a trial season just to boost Cat's career back into the NFL somewhere else. We can use him as trade bait. If say he did play well, we can use him as trade bait for next year. And we know we got Jimmy G, but they don't even want to give him a chance, and that's sad to me. Look at the names they're looking at, and then we just down our own quarterback like we all didn't have Kaepernick jerseys, man. Come on, man. Like we didn't see this guy make throws. Of course, everybody, I don't get it, man. It's politics, and it's crazy, and it's sad. And it's a lesson I got to teach my kids, that you can't fight for equality. You could DUI and get drunk and all that, and the Patriots will sign you, though, with Bill Belichick. That's crazy, man.
Wait a minute. As a matter of
That's
fact,
crazy, man.
Isn't Cap supposed to be going to New England to check out? I think that's what we heard, right? That Belichick is thinking about.
Man, why we can't get our own quarterback that brought us to the playoffs and just give him a boost in his career? Send him somewhere else. If y'all don't like him that much, at least he'll get a shot on the field. This is why he got a lawsuit. Yeah. This is why he got a lawsuit, man. Look at the names they put in. This is a joke to me. It's a joke. And then you talk about C.J. Beathard. Even Jimmy Garoppolo is not as accomplished as Colin. Not saying that the skill, he's not better than Colin. I'm just saying. I was cool with Garoppolo playing. That was fine. He just tore his ACL. We try and win games, but y'all want to play C.J. Beathard. You know this dude sitting right there. That's crazy, man, to me. And you want Clemens and Moore. That's crazy, man.
Those guys aren't going to – if they come in – and I don't think they're going to. If they come in, they're strictly backup people, though. They're not going to play. And that would be the same
thing.
Cat
can't come in and play. Of course, his decision making crazy, but Kaepernick, he'll give us a chance to win.
Well, no, I'm saying
Tell me right now he didn't give us a chance to win. Even you know what happened to Cap? His whole team left in one season. We lost all our players in that same offseason.
Yeah,
the whole defensive team, everybody left.
No, that's not. It's nothing to do with Cap. What I'm saying is, all they're doing is they're bringing in somebody that is going to be definitely seeded. So even if Cap did come in, he'd have to be seeded. That would be pointless. You know,
that's
got
disrespectful
too
to
much.
And along with the rule change in the NFL, it's really turning me off.
But the thing is, CJ has too much known about the system. Cap would have to come in and learn the system. So CJ would have to start ahead of him, right? I mean, you understand that part.
It wouldn't matter. I bet you they would get it. Somebody would give him a job, man.
Yeah, no,
they got these dumbass names on the paper I'm looking at, and we can use them as trade bait.
Yeah, and those
looking
guys
at these names, I'm like, what?
And I almost
they don't want to win.
None of those guys are going to make it. They're just coming in to take a look at them. But they want a guy that could be in reserve just in case something happens. So Cap doesn't need that. He needs to go somewhere where he can play to begin with right now.
Bruh.
I'll tell you something else, too.
Know,
what they need to do, if a team is smart, hire Chip Kelly, bring Cap in. Chip designs his system around Cap. That's what's needed with Cap.
Nobody would do that, man. They won't do that. They won't do that, Ronbo. They won't even give them. They got these guys and making excuses. Kyle Shanahan had RG3 as his excuse. It's his excuse.
That program
is just a bull crap.
Around RG3, though. But Raymond, we gotta go around. I know. I feel you on this, man. I really do.
It's just bull crap. Yeah. So we're gonna. I hope we get a good draft pick next year. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say I hope we lose every game, but I hope we get a good draft pick next year.
All right, Raymond. But you know I gotta go. We gotta get these phone calls in tonight. Raymond, appreciate you, man. I'm feeling you, man. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Raymond. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Alan. Alan.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Alan, man, it's like rally back, babe, because it's only week 3. This is so bad, man.
All right, tell me about it.
Oh, anyway,
tell me about it.
Oh, yeah, you're in a quiet space now. You okay? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. 49er fans got to quit in week 4? That ain't right. So,
No, ain't no quitting.
Yeah. But what else?
Ain't no quitting. I mean, I could go on and on. We got issues. We know what happened to Jimmy G. We had high hopes there.
Ooh.
But I think we have bigger issues than that, Ronbo. I know nobody really pushed issues on it. We talked about missed tackles. Yeah, we had a lot of missed tackles. But you know my big issue?
What's that?
My biggest issue, Ronbo, is with Rob Saleh. And the reason I have an issue with Rob Saleh, because we could say, oh, he putting guys in position, or, it's not the scheme. Guys still got to be out there. They got to make tackles. Yeah, but you know what, Rob? In whether Rob Saleh been, he always had the right pieces to fit that defense. When you look at Seattle, we're not be Seattle. We don't have that Earl Thomas. As much as I like Colbert, we don't have no Earl Thomas. Now you can see the difference with Richard Sherman on that left and whoever played it right. You can just see the difference. Richard Sherman could play that. But as a defensive coordinator, you have to put your young players in position at all times to be successful. And he won't be stubborn. He won't put them young boys out there on the island by themselves. They can't do it. You have to change. You have to change and put them in a good position to be successful. But no, you want to be in your system and make them fit the mold. Because all reality, I don't care how good if Jimmy G would play and wouldn't got hurt, it still would have came down to defense. Defense still got to go out there and play.
They lost that game yesterday.
That's always going to be the issue.
You're absolutely right. They lost that game yesterday.
I don't care how many points we put up. Defense got to come play.
You can't give up 40.
Championship is won by defense, not offense. Championship is won by defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care. I love Jimmy. I know when he come back, he gonna do his thing. But my point is that defense. The biggest issue is that defense. The biggest issue is that defense, and we do not have the pieces to act like we're Seattle. Seattle always had a pass rush.
What would you, Alan? What would you suggest doing? I mean, would you like to go back to a 3-4? Would you want to switch coordinators? Because I don't think the tackling's ever going to improve. I don't know if they can't learn it. I don't. These are the things I'm concerned with, though. But what would you do?
All right, this is what I'll do, right? First of all, these is grown men. They young men, but they grown men. They've been doing this for years and years. They're professionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you gotta do is you see these men every day, and you see these men every day in practice. You know who's everybody. You know who got strong suits. So you have to come up and scheme just like on offense. And Kyle's scheme, he know when he got his pieces. On defense, you got to scheme. You got to put individuals in position to be successful. I don't care if it's out of your scheme. You come up with a defense. You come up with a formation. Get creative. Do not just, and it's supposed to be but they don't have to think. This is a simple defense, and they just got to go out there and play. But they look damn confused to me. Don't be looking confused as hell. No, I thought you had. I thought it was so damn simple. It's not simple at all.
Boy, that really makes me mad. We start looking around at each other. Boy, I say, no. You guys went a whole week and you just now don't know what's going on? That's when I do blame Salah. You ask them dudes before they leave the field. You guys got it? We got it? If somebody says, I got a question, come back out there and get it right. Don't be wait till the game time to start looking around at each other. Oh, man.
Dude, I don't think it's the talent. I think we have talent, and I'm not hard on Otello at all. I'm not mad at Spoon at all. I really think last week, and the coaching staff knew it, that boy was hurt. But yet, Salah kept leaving him on that island by himself. And Court was hurt behind him, and he couldn't even get back and forth like he's supposed to. My point is, you know what's going on in your team. You know what's going on in your squad.
So
please don't leave them boys out there like that. They young. These is first and second year kids, man. They still learn the NFL. And you're gonna just put them in. A scheme and leave them out there to dry. So he had owned up that as a coach, you're supposed to put your players in position to be successful. And I don't think he's doing it. I just don't think he's doing it. And even Alan, when they are in the right position,
I agree. I agree with that. We got to stop though. But listen, we're gonna tomorrow we ought to make that a whole thing. What is wrong with Salah could be the top of the conversation. Let me see you tomorrow, fam. All right.
All right. Thanks, brother.
All right, fam. Have a good night. All right, and check out PJ. PJ.
Hey, Ronbo. How you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, PJ, man, I'm feeling a little better than yesterday. That was a basket case like everybody else in 49er Empire. But, it's week 4. I can't stop loving football and the 49ers. It's too early. If it was week 10, 11, or 12, you know what? It would have to be week 15 for me to just quit and give up. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that Robert Salah, this is his last audition before he has to go somewhere at the end of the season, I think.
Yeah, everybody's thinking that way. They're tackling as bad as they were last year. If your team is still looking the same as they did last year on certain things that need fixing, the spotlight goes off of them, and now it goes on you. You got to make that change.
Do you think Shanahan will sack him at the end of the season if he doesn't have a good showing?
Yeah, I think they evaluate you on performance, right? So if I look at all the stats, I notice our guys are in last place on missed tackles. I have to tell you, and you don't have to. You could resign. You could just look at your own stats and just say, Kyle, I know what you're going to do. I'm going to just make it easy for you. I know it's strictly business. I'm going to go and help the team out, actually, by allowing you to go out and find somebody else. That's what you should do if you have any shame. We are not supposed to be the last place team in the NFL in tackles. That's a crying shame.
Because I would be mad if Kyle Shanahan kept Salah like Harbaugh kept Greg Roman, because he was a horrible offensive coordinator. I mean, that was so awful, man. And it's like he was his sidekick. Like he couldn't kick him to the curb. It's like, you must not have anywhere to live. Well, let you stay here because
I think
you won't get a job anywhere else.
I think Roman had papers or something on Harbaugh, because Trent Baalke told Harbaugh, you got to get rid of Greg Roman or I'm telling you. And Harbaugh told him, well, I'm not getting rid of him. And that was part of what killed Harbaugh, Greg Roman.
Jeez, that was so terrible, man. It was so everybody could know what we did like from the get go. It's like it's like you're not creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were out of ideas, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. I was calling the plays, watching the game. I knew what was coming up before it came up. I knew it, and everybody on their defense knew it. Damn, Greg. Whew. Run on first down, pass on third down. Run on first down, pass on third down. Every series, he never switched up.
Yeah.
Ah.
To the same receivers.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael Crabtree. Maybe throw over here. Maybe to Michael Crabtree. Who's my tight end? Give one to Vernon here and there. So, you know. What else do you think, PJ?
Well, I think still gotta be positive. I wanna see how CJ does in the next game, and maybe we get a win and make everybody feel a little bit happier.
I know, but we'd be
nice
going crazy. If we win this weekend, everybody's gonna lose it, because although the Chargers are not that good and everybody seems to beat them, but if we beat them, that'll give people a feeling that okay, well we ain't all that bad, because but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope we get some pass rush in the off season, then we'll be good.
I agree.
Yeah.
But PJ, we got to stop. I tell you what, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, PJ, on the red and gold. Okay.
All right, thanks a lot, Ronbo.
All right. Have a good night, PJ. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
All right. There he is, the showstopper, the icon. What was it? HBK's got a long intro. I'll let him do it.
It's the showstopper,
yeah.
the icon,
yes,
the main event.
There it is. I missed that one.
So is back. Man, Ronbo.
Yeah.
I don't know what pisses me off more: the fact that we lost the game, the fact that we lost Jimmy G for the season, or the simple fact that now I gotta wear a fucking Kansas City Chiefs hat for a whole week. Why? Because my boss is a Kansas City. My boss is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and he's been giving me the business like, oh God. I mean, it's like, but you know what, Ronbo? Hey, I'm like Ricky Bobby on Talladega Nights. Hey, these colors don't run, bro. I still came here with my 49er hat, my 49er sling backpack and stuff, my watch and stuff. I'm like, and what? And what? I mean, it's like, say what you want. I'm still repping my colors no matter what, because guess what? Hey, these colors don't run, bro. I mean, but at the same time, man, it's like, something's got to give, man. I mean, it's like, something's got to give. I mean, I know Kansas City, I mean, they're young, they're explosive, and Patrick Mahomes, so he's on his way. I ain't kissing his ass, man. But, it's like, he if he keeps going doing what he's doing, okay, he's going to be the next big thing. I get it. But at the same time, man, I mean, it's almost like we just continue to get out of our own way at times, you know. And trust me, man, it's like, I'm in this thing. I'm a 49er fan, faithful until the wheels fall off, bro. I mean, until the wheels fall off, until no hope is left to be had. I mean, it's like I'm in this thing to the end, But it's just that some things, need to switch up, like on defense and stuff. I counted like on third and 15, Ronbo. I'm like, okay, what are the likelihood that the Kansas City going to pick this third down up at 3rd and 15? Next thing I know, they dumped the ball off to either, I think, Kareem Hunt or somebody, and yet he's shaking and baking. And I'm like, y'all better not let this motherfucker get a first down off of 3rd and 15. I'm like, how the fuck we going to do that? I mean, now I know that we got lucky and hit on a third and long situation, so okay, I get that part. And to your caller's point, it's like, maybe we should, look at, tweaking a few players and stuff, giving them a shot to see what they can do. And you know what else, Ronbo? I think that if we can eke out at least, okay, say we're 1-2 now. Okay, the Rams and stuff, they're down a couple. with Sleeve and Peters. Okay, so
Boy, I love, every time I hear that, I have to laugh.
So guess what? Okay, we'll we're still in second place theoretically. We're tied for second, so we're not out of the conversation yet. But we need to shake the shit up and at least stay within arm's reach of LA, because we beat the Chargers, we beat the Cardinals. Boom, guess what? We're 3-2. So it's like, if we can find a way to manufacture wins and stuff, and put this run game, to the test, I think we'll be all right. I mean, it's like, where it goes remains to be seen, but I still got hope, man. I mean, because it's early in the season, and and like I said before, like you said before, Ronbo, it's like, if we can get through the toughest part of our schedule, the rest of it should be fairly easy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think Shanahan, is going to have us in good position, and then at the same time, I wouldn't mind bringing Cap in, just give him a workout, see what Cap can do. I mean, it's no worse. I mean, because I would rather feel comfortable as Cap being the backup to CJ than Nick Mullens. I mean, it's like, yeah, Nick Mullens led us on the comeback against Dallas in the preseason. Okay, I commend that. But I mean, it's like, go ahead and bring in somebody, give him a shot, Ronbo. I mean, it's like, what's the worst that can happen, bro?
I probably nothing unless something happens to CJ. He's not gonna get a play though. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't know that Cap would come in to play the backup to CJ. If you were Cap, would you?
Well, I mean, it's like, think about it. Hey, he was the backup to Alex Smith.
Right.
That was way. Got hurt against him. Yeah, I mean, it's like, he was a backup, so we know how it feels to be a backup to come off the bench.
Yeah, but that was early in his career, HBK. He was a rookie.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't mind.
Yeah.
But Cap has been to the Super Bowl. There is little chance he's going to come in, listen to the 49ers talk about, we want you to try out for that backup role. I think what we might have to keep in mind is, if they said, Cap, you can come in and audition for the starting spot, Cap would probably say, okay. But come in, and like some of these guys, they're asking scrubs to come in and back up CJ. I don't see Cap accepting that, especially from the 49ers. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, by the way, man, it's like, okay.
HBK, we got to.
I mean, I'm going to say this right here. Yeah, it's like, if Philly can win with their backup quarterback, Nick Foles, hey, no excuses. Hey, let's go and get it done. Surround CJ. Let's get it done.
There you go.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Good point, HBA. I was thinking about that, too. All right. We'll see you.
All right, bro.
All right, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right, bro.
HBK making good points. Hey, Caesar. Oh, here's a question. Jamel Fagan asks, who is taking Sherman's spot since he'll be out? Fam, I was afraid to ask you. I don't know. They haven't said anything about it. As if everybody's thinking about number 10 right now. We have a serious problem in the secondary nobody's talking about. I don't even know if I want to talk about it. It is scary. And Daniel says, tell Roberto to use his puppets next time. Roberto's got a puppet show too? I got to see that. We'll wait till he comes in here. And also, Daniel says Salah would be more effective in the booth. Why? Daniel... And thanks, Daniel. And you know what everybody's been saying? Can they see better from above rather than being at field level? Because when you're sitting down in the first row, can you see what's going on the other side of the field? No. So I agree with that, And Caesar!
What's up, Ronbo?
Caesar, man, we're just like trying to figure out whether we should stop being unhappy or not. Hey, Caesar, how you feeling today?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Ronbo, man, I've been down all day, man, all day.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. Yeah. I was so down, man. I didn't even want to go to work today. That's how bad it was. Yeah, and you know what? I showed up to work finally, right? And my boss is like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I think we lost our quarterback for the year." Yeah, so I don't know. I'm pretty pissed off about it.
But I turned on to your show, and what's kind of surprising is as I heard you laughing, and you're trying to get the faithful, trying to get them up, trying to see like trying to get us like to not worry about it, man. But honestly, man, I'm fucking worried about it.
Cesar, I got to tell you though, you might not be. I got a feeling. I just want to inspire, just give this a little thought. I got a feeling the run game is going to be dominating this week, right? So then, when CJ makes a few shots here and there, a few passes here and there, they may be effective. Because as you notice, the run blocking is turning into the shiznit. I mean, them boys is getting it done. So now, if that happens, now CJ's job is being made a lot easier. Because last year we didn't have no run game. Carlos was doing the best he could, but he was all by himself. Now you got two effective running backs, right? So now you can do some of those little experiments you want to do, the rollout. Everything works a little better now. Seems like the 49ers are starting to figure out that red zone. We had two guys that could have walked in backwards to the end zone yesterday. If CJ's been following along, his job may not be as difficult because we're thinking about last year. So it could be different this year. So I'm keeping optimistic until Sunday to see what happens.
Yeah. Big shout out to Matt Breda and Alfred Morris, man. For real, they stepped it up. That's what we needed. We need a run game. We need that run game. Beathard is gonna rely on that running game. It all starts with the running game. Setting up that play action, which Shanahan, Kyle style. That's the offense. Yeah. And I'm not worried about CJ, man. I'm not. I really am not. I'm not worried about the offense. I'm worried about this damn defense.
You and me both.
Yes, the defense. Ooh, man.
God, they can smell I'm the place.
Yes. I was just in disbelief at halftime, 35-7. Right? You gotta be fucking kidding me. And then, the first drive when they scored on us right away, what did Shanahan do? Go straight to Robert Saleh. Like, hey, I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know what the conversation was, but I hope Shanahan was like, hey, man, come on, bro. It can't be that easy. It cannot be that easy. It cannot.
Cesar, that conversation was the beginning of Saleh's end. I got to feel it because I've never seen Shanahan walk over and say, hey, Ben, WTF? What was that? So he's under the lamp right now. Robert Saleh knows he better see some improvements this week. It's about him now.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. If his defense was a little bit more, I don't know, like our players would understand it more or something. Something's not clicking with the players and that scheme, and I don't know why. I guess he's trying everything. I could tell Robert Saleh is trying a little bit of everything. He's rotating players and this and that. But what I want is why don't you keep Buckner on that same position or same keep that same line, keep that same position. You ain't got to switch it all the damn time. Just because it doesn't work doesn't mean it's not going to work on the next play. Keep Buckner where he's at, and the other Solomon wherever he's at. Let him be like, okay, this first rep he got me. I know what to do on the second one. If he gets me on the second one, I know what to do on the third one.
I hear you. We got to stop, but I hear you. Stop confusing people and let them play their job. I agree. I really do.
Yeah, and then Robert Saleh, quit sending Kawan Williams on a blitz. Every time you send Kawan Williams on the blitz, he gets blocked all the time. Offensive lineman against Kawan, a slot cornerback. Come on, bro.
He's thinking speed. All right, Cesar, but it ain't working. I agree. Cesar, let me see tomorrow,
fam. It ain't working. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. It's nice talking to you again, Ronbo. Sorry about the frustration, man.
No, you should have that frustration. We're having a problem here. But anyway, all right, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, man.
Oh, and it's Jesus, my King says, "I'll be here no matter what. I'll be." Oh, that's Michael Jackson. That's the wrong song. He says, Don't care if they put in Razor as the QB. Red and gold until I'm dead and gold. Actually, Razor's, I saw some footage of Razor. He's a pretty good quarterback. Yeah. Thanks, fam. Jeez, fuck you. Hey, let's go to Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo?
Sheik, it's a group huddle day as we're trying to console ourselves into not getting way down depressed. As 49er fans, Sheik, we are supposed to be the happiest, fun fan base on the planet. We're not supposed to be suffering. We're the 49ers. It's like you said yesterday. Put the 5 fingers up, wiggle them around. They got T-shirts already sitting out there. I ain't worried. I got 5 trophies. All right? So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wiggle those fingers, bro. But the thing is, it's like, you know, I'm a Giants fan, the San Francisco Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're having troubles too.
Years. It's been 6-7 years. They called them the torture. It's torture. Injured. Posey went down. And when that went down, everything would tank. And the following year, they won the World Series. It's a part of the game. But the thing is, the next man up. And it was very difficult losing a lot of guys. And Jimmy G, you know, he got hurt of a crazy play. And I just heard that, like, I guess in September 8th, what was it? My guy, I forgot her name. Taylor had a concert at Kansas City, and they were saying something about the sod or this and that, but they're just tweeting that. So I doubt that's the reason. But
they use that stadium like Levi's. They use it for a lot of things, probably.
Right. And then they're just like saying it might be the stop. Nothing gave out, no grass came out, so it doesn't seem that's the reason. But the thing is, it sucks, bro. And the offensive line, we've been saying we need to protect our $23 million quarterback. Yeah, we got McGlinchey in the draft. Yeah, he's doing well. But the thing is, right guard position is the guy that we're missing on, and I wish that we got Norwell in the draft, but that's whatever. We have to turn the page, but the thing is, we have to worry about the future. And free agency is going to come out soon, and we got to look at these talent that are coming out. And I hope Lynch and his organization are looking at these scouts, at these draft players, free agency, people that are out right now, and look at them. Because we need to bring guys in because we need to protect our quarterback. We need a better defense. We need a better offense. We need a lot of things, and we're going to have a lot of
defense. Well, that's because the right guard spot. I don't know if there is an offensive player out there unless maybe the season ends and get a free agent. But the defense is really starting to piss everybody off. That is just got to be. You guys gave up 35. I mean, the first 5 possessions, you couldn't do a damn thing about it. Whoa. You know how easy we could have won that game in the second half if they would have came out and at least a Sheik. All they had to do was stop them 2 less times would have been enough. 5 times, guys. See, that's when I look at that. That has nothing to do with the offensive line, Jimmy G, or anything else. It does have something to do with Jimmy G because if Jimmy G wasn't out there trying to make things happen or do too much due to the fact of being behind so far, then he's still with us. So I blame the defense for everything that went wrong yesterday. 35 points, 5 possessions in a row. We can't even get limited to a field goal. Oh, no. Robert?
Missed tackles.
Damn.
Yeah, missed it starts with Rob Asala. It starts with him. And if something's not working, Robert, you need to switch it up. And whatever you're doing is not working for this team. Yeah, you want to have a cover 3 defense, but it's not working. We have no pressure on the quarterback. All this time is happening. All these yardage, and we have Detroit Lions coming out, almost coming and winning against us. The Cousins situation. Now Mahomes, he looks like a really good quarterback, but he just had a field day as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
now
not
all of a
in the
sudden,
second half. This is what I'm saying. How do they play? And that's a coaching thing too, Sheik. If these guys come out looking flat as they did in the first half, and all of a sudden they're playing like gangbusters in the second half, today I'm on the phone with guys. You guys made me look bad yesterday. I mean, I know we're close, but listen, you came out and you played a half a game of football. What the hell was that about? I want explanations. Dang.
Yeah. And I think Ronbo Saleh needs to go in the booth, Ronbo. And I think Kiffin, I know he's a blitz guy. He's trying to be helping out the defensive line and this and that. He needs to have more plays. I think Kyle Shanahan needs to step up and say, hey, I want him to be doing a little more defense schemes and this and that, add a little bit more to it because this is not working out.
That's it.
But,
we got to stop, though. I tell you what, I'll look for you tomorrow. I want to hear some comments about the defense. They didn't say anything about the defense today other than they're the worst team in the league for tackling. I want to see what else is said. They got to address that. But
definitely, Ronbo. Well, yeah, definitely, Ronbo. Before I go, shout out to the faithful. Shout out to the Real Nine Out fan club. Faithful, you win some, you lose some, but we live to fight another day. Don't worry. We'll be back. Brick by brick, sand by sand, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We're getting this. Let's go, Ronbo. Hit that like! Hit that shit! Hit the sub! Ronbo Sports. Peace out, Ronbo.
I love when Cheek yells like that. Hit that like! Hey, that's it. AJ!
I need an installment. Holla at me.
It is
Installment
Monday.
right now.
All right. And now, traditionally known as Monday Night Raw, it's time for Let Me Holla at You.
I need to holler at Robert Sahel.
Yes.
He garbage. He garbage. First of all, we should never even picked him up.
Kinda.
Are we missing the link with this, what's his name? Shanahan and Lynch. Something missing. Something got some screws missing, man. I always wanted Louis Riddick and the other brother from San Diego Chargers. That would have been a good hookup. But, neither here or there. We're looking real pathetic. And you know what? I'm glad Jimmy G got hurt. You know why? I'm glad, man? The fact
I can't imagine.
I'm glad. He got all that money, and he can't figure out the fact that when you're running and you ain't got nobody to throw to, where are you going? You're going out of bounds to save to another down. Now, how stupid can you be? He's so stupid that he goes out with a porn star in L.A., fat and ugly, and he got no ifs, ands, or buts, quorums about being seen or looked at as a problem. This dude is an idiot. He might have become the dumbest quarterback known to man. He was under Bill Belichick, was watching all the good stuff about all that patriotic crap.
AJ.
You know what's another good problem that we got? We got another good problem, and I need to know why. Your boy Raymond was alluding to it earlier. This is all kind of stemming back to why we need to keep Kaepernick for a minute. We need to keep Kaepernick for a minute for a number of reasons. He opted out, but we should have kept him to make light of things, but also the things that he was facing was he needed some support to show that, hey, man, he still got it. But no, Shanahan with this genius mindset, he's a great offensive, and he got a scheme. Man, how much scheming can a brother do in a damn football game? It's been going on for too long. You only can do so many names and different schemes and all this old crap that they call. You can do so many of that, but the bottom line, if you play football from Pop Warner to junior high to college, it might get faster, but the plays and the schemes have not really changed that much. I don't know why they keep thinking, these powder-faced fuckers that keep thinking that it's so difficult. I don't get it. It's not. That's a quarterback conundrum. I don't know what they always feeling like, but that's just me. That's my opinion. Anybody can take it how you leave it or leave it alone.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, bro, we need some real action going on. Otherwise, we're done. We need some real action. Otherwise, we're done. And I mean done. Put the fork in us, because the fact that we got C.J. Beathard as our quarterback, he's like a streaking Fitzpatrick. He's playing right now in Monday Night Football. He throws all these picks, but he can throw some passes as well. But he's not no franchise quarterback, let alone a backup. He's barely making that. Mullens beat him in that, if you ask me. So I'm like, how we get him by default? Because of stupid Jimmy G and his damn mindset. It didn't make sense, man. You're making too much bread. And they paid him way too much too early. Who paid that kind of crap? I'm like $130 million, man. That was just unheard of. I just didn't understand it. Whether you feel like he was a great player in New England and all that, don't matter to me. He still didn't earn it. So the film that they had on him, they just gave it to him, man. They just gave him the, okay, sure. But he didn't really earn it, bro. I don't care. He didn't earn it, and that's fact. I don't care what nobody said. That's fact.
But AJ,
Kaepernick came underneath.
AJ, I just want to ask you a question. Yeah. You don't like fat women?
No, I don't like no fat women. Not like that. Not to hang out with. Maybe if it's the wintertime and I need to go ahead and cuddle for a minute, low key, I might go in some. Because that's just what it is right there. I'm a man. But at the end of the day, Brandon exploited that Kaepernick needs to play. And, you know, he's been out since 2017 or 15. I don't know, too long. And he's going with this collusion and NBA. But now he done made this other situation. And I don't even think that it'll be wise for him because it'd be so much rhetoric and talk and side talk about him. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to kneel? You're going to do? This is what they do. The media is like dogs and vultures. They come in when they smell blood. It's like sharks. They come in and they want to attack. They're going to throw you off your game. It ain't going to be a good look. You're going to have always have questions about, well, now you got a job. You can't sue the NFL for collusion. Somebody gave you a chance. And then if they, you know what I mean? If AJ, he doesn't do well.
And also, AJ, you know the job opening right now for the 49ers is backup. Now, you know, you can't bring Cap in and make him be a backup. That's what we should all understand. If Kaepernick's not trying out for the starting job, you don't bring him in. There's just no way you can do that under any conditions, whether this was going on or not. It's just not feasible. He's got to come in and have a fair shot at a starting job. Right now, there is no opening in San Francisco. He can't come in and start in the middle of the season. So he's got to come in. Next year, somebody needs to bring him in, tell him, listen, Cap, if you can win the job, it's yours. And that would be the only fair thing to do with him. So,
bruh.
But anyway.
Bruh, and one more thing, bruh. You know, another thing, man. You say that, and that's true. But we got to get off this damn Santa Clara fucking fog. I guess we getting screwed because of Candlestick. I think it's a damn hexathon going on, bro. But like a mean spirit with us playing in that. Man, why did he get hurt? You know why? Because of that Santa Clara, man. I swear to God, something about this place ain't cool. I swear to God, I ain't never seen so much. I mean, we were on a good streak, right? We thought. We thought. Louis Reddick needs to come back. We need to fire John Lynch. Fire somebody. I need some heads to roll.
All right.
I need heads to roll.
And we all agree, because this just got to change. But listen, we got to go, fam. We got folks waiting. But let me see you tomorrow, AJ. Good stuff,
Forget
fam.
them folks. Tell them to get on board what I'm talking about. Tell them that. Tell them AJ say that. That's real.
They're all on the chat. They say all of them love fat women, AJ. You're out, man.
And you know what? I think we're back to Niner Nation, not Niner Empire. We ain't Empire
AJ,
type of nation doing this shit. Oh, yeah.
Right, fam.
I said it. All right.
AJ, have a good night.
Later.
Oh, man. Hey, Mike twice. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, fam. And he said, hey, we need to invest more money in free agency. I want a wall built around Jimmy like Dallas did for Prescott. Yeah. Prescott's getting his butt handed to him now, too. You know what's really scary about building these walls of offensive linemen? They don't last long. Very strange. They last 2 years? And now all of a sudden, Dallas is just getting their butt beat on a weekly basis. It was all about that offensive line. But you're in the right direction, though. Get an offensive line. Daniel Serrano says, yes, they give you warmth in the winter and provide shade in the summer. Ronbo, I loves me a thick one. You know what I mean? I haven't heard that in a long time. I always did appreciate the shade in the summertime. You know, this is why women complain about guys talking stuff all the time. But I will drink to that. Give me a fat girl anytime with them big, sweet, puffy cheeks and them dimples that make you weak. Oh, let me get Vader. Vader.
Boys, time
Vader!
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on?
Vader, man, I'm hoping we get like back in the spirit of football. Yesterday, man, it was like we mourn the death of a quarterback. He'll be back. We are scared CJ's going to lead us right into the dirt. Now, one thing we do need to continue to cry about, Robert Saleh, damn it, you got to do something about that defense. That play and a half of football game yesterday is unexcusable. But Vader, what are you thinking?
Exactly. Well, we'll get into Robert tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Robert Saleh's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got a lot.
You got to spend a whole day on that, dude.
To go off on him, and Trez on Sunday touched on it. I mean, I don't even want to get into him. I'm just depressed right now. Jimmy G's gone, but CJ's there. But the thing is, what's got me really upset, especially this afternoon, about the whole situation, besides finding out about his injury and how bad it was. I mean, for the love of God, our coach, enough with the fucking interviews. I'm done with the interviews. I don't want him being interviewed. I don't want nobody talking to him or anything. Because we've got a third-string quarterback that's ready to come up. That kid that we got from down the street, didn't we keep him or did we let him go?
Oh, the one on Milbury? Where did he come out? Not Milbury.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad right now.
Oh, he is.
He is. I mean, who the fuck wants to hear about T.J. Yates when our superstars went down? We don't want to hear about that. My God, in the lineup, he just went one after another. Ronbo, for the love of God, I thought John Lynch was going to go over there and tell him, shut the fuck up. I mean, I don't even want to talk about, we all know C.J.'s going to take the job because he's the most groomed, even though Mullens looked a little better. But, hey, you know what? We got to trust in our coach, but Jesus Christ, man, you don't have to be going over there saying you're going to bring this person in, that person in. Who cares? Yeah, he's got to take a page out of Bill Belichick, man. Some of those clowns do, and they sometimes need to just keep their mouth shut and just let actions, speak louder than words. Because right now we haven't seen any action at all, especially on that offensive line. I mean, it just looks horrible. And then Staley, he got burned so bad. I would have went up to McGlinchey and said, hey, you want to take the right this time? You got to take the left. I'll take the right. Get some help here.
But Vader, they do make mistakes on occasion, but they're like in the top 10 right now as far as offensive line. So what we're seeing, we don't know how bad it is on some other teams. There's some problems
right, but the thing is, every time Jimmy G was dropping back, he just didn't look comfortable.
No,
and then it looks like he's staring downfield, waiting for the play to develop.
No, that's what I was getting ready to
we got
tell
more
you.
speed in there.
No, there's something wrong.
We got more speed in there, Ronbo.
No, they're all in the playbook. There's something going on with the receivers. I'm not sure what it is, but G's not firing because he doesn't see any openings. Now, that's, to me, is weird. And that's something I blame on Kyle. Jimmy's just not throwing because there's nobody to hit. Yeah, and he looks downfield and notices coverage is killing it. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Right.
That makes no sense.
And then you've got you take last year in the last 5 games, it's like he didn't know the whole playbook. Maybe we should have stayed that way.
I know.
And then,
I think about that all the time.
I don't know. I know. I mean, Ronbo, and then we're not putting guys in position to succeed. Again, Kendrick Bourne going to the outside. He's not an outside dude. He's a guy that's going to be between 3 fucking receivers and catching the rock. That's what he does.
Yeah. Bader, we got to stop, though.
I know. It's a lot
and
to
continue
go.
tomorrow with
I'm depressed.
Sabotage Salad Day.
Salad Tuesday. It'll
right,
be Salad Tuesday.
All right, Bader.
Exactly. But, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Shout out to the Empire. Trez, I'm with you on everything you stated on Sunday, brother. I am with you. Let it go and ready to go.
Yes.
Hey, Ronbo Sports. Have a good one, Ronbo. Hit
Vader.
that like, baby.
Yes. Thanks, Vader. And then there's double Mike again. He says 3 times, Niner Empire, Niner Empire, Niner Empire. Thanks, Mike. And let us go check out. Yo, Will, come on in, Will. Will?
Hello? Hey.
Yeah. What's up, Will?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, we're just
But how you?
sitting back here talking about thick women and Robert Sala's defense. And you try to tie that together.
That don't look good.
But anyway, we've counted CJ. We gave it a 10 count. We should wait a minute. This is my feeling. I don't know how you feel about that. The defense to me, though, is very scary. We lost Richard Sherman. And Akello's got knee and hip situation going on. Is it? Oh, it's ankle and hip. I don't know who's going to play in the secondary. I wonder what they're going to say about that come Wednesday. That's scaring me more than anything else because CJ's got a run game to help him out. I'm not worried about that any further more than I think about it. But what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking losing Garoppolo really hurts a lot, But the past these past few weeks, the running game been real good, so that should help CJ out.
That's what I'm thinking.
This is second year in the system, so he should know everything. So as long as that running game is consistently going, it's going to help him out. And then when it's time for him to throw the ball, I'm pretty sure he'll be out there, slinging it. So I ain't worried about the offense. But everybody's talking about Robert Saleh and the defense. I think the defense is fine. I just got a problem with John Lynch because John Lynch is not bringing people in to help the defensive line. They need to put Solomon Thomas inside with Buckner and get some veteran pass rushers to come in and help that D-line out. If the D-line, if John Lynch can get some players in here to create a pass rush, it'll take all the pressure off Rubin, Warner, Smith, Akello, Sherman, Tart, and Colbert. But after what happened Sunday, John Lynch is going to get off his ass and he's going to bring some people in here next offseason. He's going to spend that money. He need to go ahead and give Buckner extend his contract, drop him his bag of money, and then you spend the rest of it on some edge rushers. Because that's the problem with the defense. If we had some edge rushers yesterday that can get off the line and get to the quarterback, Mahomes would have had a bad game and would have won that game, and then we wouldn't have to be in that situation to where Garoppolo had to run out of bounds and hurt his knee.
John Lynch, we wouldn't have been behind by that many points, and we wouldn't have nobody out there trying to do nothing heroic. That's why I am blaming the defense. Yeah, I agree.
Right. Yeah. John Lynch should have got Khalil Mack and brought his butt to his team. He failed to do it.
But
he had the money. He had the money.
He tried. He did try.
He tried. He tried, but he should have went on and gave them 2 first-round draft picks. He should have went on and did it because the way Khalil Mack is balling out right now, he's balling out and he's making plays. He should have brought him in. It would have made a difference. If Khalil Mack was in,
I do believe. You know what I think? The Raiders are not crazy about dealing with the 49ers. Never have been. You remember everybody that the Raiders got from us, they stole from us after we let them go. Everybody we get from the Raiders, we didn't talk to the Raiders. I really think since Al Davis' son is in there, Raiders ain't going to deal with the 49ers under any conditions. I believe that John Lynch tried because they know they could use Khalil Mack. I think they got ignored. They may have not got ignored completely, but they hung up the phone and Davis Jr. said, screw that dude, man. I ain't dealing with no 49ers. Chicago calls up and makes probably even a less deal. They'd rather deal with them. We'll never get anything from the Raiders. Never.
Well, John. I tell you this much. John Lynch. John Lynch knows now that he need to get up off his butt and get this money out and bring some plays in. Cause Marsh ain't getting it done. Armstead's not getting it done. The only person that's getting it done is Buckner. So they need to bring some pass rushers in to help out. And I saw a tweet today that
that McKinnon and Garoppolo going to like get together and try to rehab together. And I think that's going to be a real important thing because that's going to create a more.
Yeah.
That's going to create a big bond. So when they come back next year, they're going to be real explosive. So
I love it. Saw that issue. My brother's keeper. I loved it. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, fam.
Hey, look, one more thing before I go. Somebody need to go over there and tell Peter and Akita, get up, man. Get up, you okay? Get up. spending all that goddamn money.
I can't wait.
Over there limping.
Tell you, I loved it, man. And the Rams, this is it. Thursday, that butt go get whooped. Vikings are mad as hell about that loss to Buffalo. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, man. All right, take it easy.
I will. And let us go to Florida way, where he stands. The defending world champion, Mike the Hitman Hart. Yeah, Mike.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Hey, fam, you know, I'm feeling better since we started talking. Yesterday I was feeling actually better before I hung up the phone, man, because, you know, being depressed as a 49er fan don't make no sense. We're never supposed to be depressed. Being a 49er fan is a privilege to begin with. So if we have some bad luck, man, it's like the coaches always say, suck it up, let's go. I'm ready. I mean, Mike, what are you thinking?
Man, I mean, first of all, shout out to you, Ronbo, and shout out to the whole Heart Foundation. Let me get into this real fast, man. Okay? The last caller, I respectfully disagree with a lot of things he said. Number one, getting Khalil Mack. This guy, I addressed this last week. I thought I was done with it. The Niner fans need to understand something. If we get Khalil Mack, when it comes time to payday, how you going to retain the players that are important? You got DeForest Buckner, he's going to want more money. You have Reuben Foster, he's going to want more money. You have other players that are going to emerge that are young that you haven't seen yet because you guys are impatient. You're acting like we get Khalil Mack. Let's say we win the Super Bowl now. What do we have after that? You want to end up like Seattle? I mean, the last big person that they brought in, Jimmy Graham, they couldn't retain their defense. Everybody's scattered now. I mean, New England, once again, they don't retain big-time superstar players. They let them go. Chandler Jones, Randy Moss. They let these guys walk when it comes to payday, and they still find ways to win Super Bowls. We have to go back to our old form. I'm not going to rehash the same thing I just said last week because I want to address some other issues. But I had to get that off my chest because I'm hearing Khalil Mack again, and I'm like, God,
you never can stop hearing it. People still calling his name. But John did what he did and kept within the money limits he's supposed to. I really believe that. So...
Hey, if they want to mortgage the future and give up on what we just drafted last year and this year, don't even give them a chance, then go ahead. You better win at least 2 or 3 Super Bowls in a row because guess what? If you don't, you're going to be out for a long time. We've seen it happen to too many franchises. We're not trying to beat that. We're trying to be good for longevity. But I wanted to get on a few things real quick because I heard a caller earlier also talk about we have no excuses because the Eagles won with a backup. Well, I disagree with that. Okay? The backup, Nick Foles, is a veteran. You're talking about C.J. Beathard. This is his second year. You can't be serious. Philadelphia has Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, Ajayi. Like, they have veteran guys around him. There's no comparison with the Eagles playing with a backup and the 49ers playing with guys. Most of our team right now has less than 20 games played. Let that sink in. Majority of our team doesn't even have a full 2 seasons. So last year, we just really removed all the bulky guys out, majority of bulky guys out there. You still have your few around there with Jimmy Ward, Buckner and stuff, but majority of bulky guys are gone. So we have a green team right now. These guys are still learning. You got to have patience. Like, you have to trust the process. You might not like that, but at the end of the day, do you want to win for the long haul, or do you just want to be a 2-year good team and then go back to saying, damn, we're going to suck for another 8 years? You see what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. We've invested in too much. We're going in the direction. Listen, we cannot draft edge rushers and everything we need in one draft. It's going to take a couple drafts. We have a young team. We have an inexperienced head coach, and Kyle Shanahan as far as being a head coach. We have an inexperienced GM. We have inexperienced talent a roster full of talent on our team. So with all that inexperience, I think what happened, Rumble, is this. I'm going to shut it down for all the Niner fans because I know everybody's frustrated. But let's put it in reality perspective. Last year, we won 5 games in a row. People were hoping that we come into the same momentum this year and we just take off. They got to remember, we still have needs like edge rusher. People have been saying that all offseason. We still have young safeties. We have a 7th-round pick as one of our safeties, and we have another safety that's been injury-prone. So we have no depth behind them. We still got to get these guys up to speed. We still have to, let this product grow. So what I'm saying is, give it time, man. Give it time. In another 2-3 years, I'm really confident that this team is going in the right direction. As long as we don't do anything dumb like overpay someone, and we acquire good free agent pickups at a good price that's not mortgaging our future and make the right draft picks, then we're going to be fine, and we're going to be good for a long time.
It's true, Mike. It's exercising patience. And Mike, you alluded to something that's been killing 49er fans for a long time. We've been getting our ass handed to us every year for a number of years, and people are really impatient because our standard is really high. So getting beat year after year is just unacceptable. But people got to learn. What you just said was complete good sense. Don't be going crazy with the wrong free agent. Do you know Khalil? Already know. I know you know. Khalil Mack's getting paid more than Jimmy G. In order to bring in a player and pay him more than Jimmy G would actually mean you have no money next year, which would put you back in a situation where if you don't win a championship next year, because I think that's Buckner's last year, before you have to renew his contract, now you're back at square one in 2021. That doesn't make any sense. Longevity calls for good sense. So, yeah, I'd love to have Khalil Mack, but not if it means we can't afford anybody else in the future. I agree. But we got to go for
people real quick. One more going to say, what are the next year's draft picks going to do? They're rookies. We should have got an edge rusher this year. The quality of edge rushers right now in the rookie class, it's not going to be like next year. If you watch college football, next year is going to have better edge rushers, better depth, better quality. We're fine. It's going to take a few classes to fill the needs that we have. We're not going to do it in 1 or 2 draft classes. We're going to need another year, but be patient. That's all I'm going to say. If you think what I'm saying is incorrect, tell me a team that has built like New England and has long sustainability outside of the Patriots. Holla at me.
There you go. There's Mike. All right, Mike. Tell you what we're going to do. Okay, we had a question for Mike? Okay. Anyway, Mike, okay, we'll tell you what. Good stuff, fam. I'm going to look for you tomorrow. As always, we are more enlightened. All right.
All right, brother.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. So, anyway, let's go to, is it Trez time? All right, Trez.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo, put them ready to go up in it.
I just thought he was going to say so. I'm ready tonight.
I'm still upset,
Ronbo.
Yeah. I'm still upset. I ain't been changed. I just heard Mike the Hitman hard, All these rah-rah speeches, man, I hear them, but I don't hear them. We ain't signed up for this shit. I'm going to be honest with you. If everybody want to keep it real, going into this season, we didn't sign up for this shit.
No.
So don't come in here with all the rah-rah speeches and all that. Let's keep it real. Whether we 1 or 2 years, we ain't hear nobody saying all this. We 1 or 2 years away. We got to go get these players. We got to go do this. We got to build through the draft. Wasn't nobody saying that. Our expectations coming in this season were high. Let's just be real. They were high. We were all riding on a high horse. We got Jimmy G. We felt like we had our franchise quarterback. We went out and secured a running back that we thought would create a matchup problem for defenses that we were facing this year. I mean, it was sky's the limit for the fucking offense this year. We was looking for all our young stars, young up-and-coming stars, Kendrick Bourne, Keys, and everybody else to do well this year. We didn't sign up for this shit, so don't come in here like we did. I don't want to hear all this. Because as far as I'm concerned, 6-10, and that's 1 game better than what we fucking left off last year. That's just to be real. Ronbo, let me get it installed, man. Let me holler at you.
I thought you already was underway.
I
was saying, did he give me a chance to get installment yet? And we continue with Monday Night Raw. Let me holler at you.
Yeah, I need John Lynch. I need Paulie Lynch.
John Lynch. Stand up.
Yeah, Mr. John Lynch, Mr. Super Bowl champion himself, Mr. 9-time Pro Bowl, 3-time first team All-Pro. What in the hell is going on? You came from one of the greatest defenses to ever, probably in the NFL history at one point in time. And you sit here as our GM and let this debacle go on this side of the ball. I don't understand it. I'm going to have to holler at you, John Lynch, because this don't make sense. I expected more of you and better of you as a GM. I understand we're dealing with a young, first-time coach, but you, my friend, you've been to the pinnacle. And I thought you had the stuff that it takes to be a GM and take it to the next level and help build us a show enough defense like the one you once played on. So, that ends the installment on Mr. John Lynch.
But you know, Trez, John Lynch is surrounded by some pretty sharp people. He's made some pretty good picks. This is his second year. Should we wait a little bit longer though? What do you think?
Patience, Ronbo. Now, what Mike did say about patience, I do agree with that.
Okay.
But patience can only run so long, man, because let me tell you why. We're looking at the success that the Rams are having, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything the Rams are having, now they may have better talent than us. That's true enough. I damn sure think they do on both sides of the football. I mean, straight up. But who's to say we can't compete, man? They're in our division. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say we can't compete? I mean, like it just don't make sense to me. That team got a new young quarterback. I mean, coach themselves, right? With a young quarterback that emerged last year. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle taught exactly.
Right. So I'm just saying, even their quarterback, he's young, just starting out himself. He emerged last year. I mean, all these things, man. I mean, we look at the success they're having and say, why they can't be us? And one caller made a valid point earlier, man, when he said, this the 49ers, man. You got to take pride in this damn team, man. This the bottom line. This organization. I mean, do you know who played on these teams? Do you know who we are? These young players got to know who we are as an organization. We're the fucking 49ers. That's who we are. That means something. That SL Shield, that shit means something. So, you know, like I say, all that other shit, I didn't sign up for that, man. I didn't sign up for that. So, you know, we're gonna you know, just bag CJ, you know, because, you know, we ain't gonna quit. We ain't quitters. But I'm just saying, keeping it real. I just keep it real. You know, we didn't sign up for this. Our expectations was high, and they were. So, and Raymond, shout out to Raymond because Raymond made a lot of good points on the cap situation thing. I mean, I ain't talking about. I mean, I know as far as I'm concerned, I just know they're not going to bring Cap back in the league. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's just. I can never say never, but I'm just saying what I see. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
And especially for the kind of offers he's going to be getting. Nobody's going to bring Cap in and say, if you can win that starting job, it's yours. And that's the carrot that hangs over, because Cap is going to say, listen, if you're going to bring me in here for foolishness, I'm not going to sit down on your bench. So let's just end this conversation right here. He's got too much pride, and he's too good of a player to sit back and try out for a backup spot. It's not going to happen. So
that is so true. That is so true. But I know we got to go Ronbo, but that's just my take on things, man. Look, shout out to Vader.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And check your Facebook message.
Okay, all right. I'll go in the message. But yeah, shout out to Vader. Shout out to my tag team partner. Shout out to Raymond, Razor, and my brother from another mother. You know who you is, the Sheik, the one and only. All right, Ronbo, we love you, Ronbo. We love what you do. Man. But I just had to keep it real tonight, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, all the rah-rahs and all that. Bro, I'm just saying, we didn't sign up for that. Well, we had our expectations, but this season was high. All the stars was aligned. We had the favorable schedule. You know, everything was lined up for us. You see what I'm saying? At least be this playoff team.
Tress, we got to go. But listen, that's why we was crying yesterday. That's why we're trying to get over it.
Exactly.
But Tress, we got to go, Tress. I'm going to look for you
All right,
in a
Ronbo.
little bit. All right?
Have a good one.
You too, fam. All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's Tress with the truth. And it is true. You know, we did not expect to be dropped off a cliff like this. James, go ahead, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
I was doing great, and then Trez came in and said, "No, don't do that." But you know, I'm gonna just wait. I gotta wait to see what CJ looks like before I get all the way sad. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. Well, one thing I will say, this is CJ's second year, and I think he might be a little more in line to doing his job a lot better. And I'm not really throwing Nick Mullens to the curb either, because that kid showed me something in preseason. And I will say this, the Kaepernick era, Niner fans, we can forget about that, because he's going to want to start if he comes in.
Yep.
He's not going to sit behind somebody and be a backup.
Yep.
That ain't going to happen. And so he will dictate a bunch of money, and CJ has got a 54.6% completion rate. Caps was only about 51. Okay? And I will say this much about, I keep hearing people about, we need an edge rusher. We need to get rid of Eric Armstead. And Cassius Marsh might be, they can both share the same laundry bag on the way out the door. Both turn their passes in at the gate. But I'm going to say this much. On the Khalil Mack situation, I heard a radio sports person was talking about it. And we basically offered them just as much as the Bears offered them. And we offered them a player. But you know what they decided at the last minute?
No, that's
They
the
said-
49ers.
Not only that, Ronbo, they decided and said, well, who would be probably picking in the top 5 picks of the draft? They figured the Bears would probably be up there in the top 5. We might be in there in the low 20s.
That's a good point. That's probably
Okay.
that entered into it too.
So that's why they didn't do it. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad we didn't do it anyway, because like the other caller had said, 2 callers ago, that what are you going to do with the rest of your players? You're going to pay a defensive guy more money than you're paying your quarterback. You can't pay the rest of your players on your team. So if you do go to a Super Bowl, they're pretty much going to leave. The year after the Super Bowl, that's when they can say, hey, man, look, we won your Super Bowl. We out the door. But I'm going to say this much. I'm not really blaming Robert Saleh too much, because watching that game yesterday, I seen a play where Akello was in front of Tyreek Hill. Adrian Colbert was standing 2 feet behind him. Patrick Mahomes let a ball go that one of them two should have intercepted it. And you know what they did? Tyreek Hill wound up out jumping him, man.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then on plays where Akello is coming to the goal line, you're letting the receiver get behind you all the way to the back line of the end zone. What are you doing? Them two right there, from what I've seen in them, some people say they hurt, but I feel like this right now. I wouldn't mind seeing Tavarius Moore and DJ Reed. And to be totally honest with you, right about now, if Tard is going to be hurt again, then maybe we need to bring that kid, if we still got him, which I believe we do, Terrell Williams Jr. off the practice squad, okay? Because these players, I mean, what's the worst could happen? Some people are, trying to say that we close to being a dumpster fire now. I'm not going to say that, because where there's hope, there's a chance. And CJ might look at it like, hey, this is my time right now. And Nick Mullens may actually come in, and so we may see some pretty good football. But I can tell you this much. That back end needs help, man, because Akello and Adrian Colbert right now, last year we went 0-9 and won we were within a field goal away from winning 7 of those games. And on the last 5 that Jimmy Garoppolo came in, they played lights out defense pretty much. Now, what happened this year? Going into the second year, have they forgot about playing football? You come out in the first half against a team like the Chiefs, you give up 28 points. Okay, was it 28? I think it was 35, wasn't it? Yeah, 35.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 35 in the first half, and then you come out and give up only 3 points in the second half of the game.
See, and everybody's still mad about that. But James, we got to get on the defense tomorrow because we're out of time now. But you're absolutely right on all accounts. It's got to change. It's an attitude.
It's got to change.
Yeah.
And I think one caller said that Saleh might need to go up in the booth, and I think Kyle Shanahan needs to give more duties in a supervisory role to Kiffin, man.
Yeah,
okay,
that'd be it. All right, James. Let's stop there, though. We got a lot of people been waiting a long time. So I tell you what, I'll be looking for tomorrow.
Nana for life, man.
All right,
man.
Yeah.
Okay, take care. Have a good evening. Be blessed.
You too. All right, let's go ahead and and Daniel says you play for the 49ers. Now act like it. That's what coaches got to get out there and yell at some folks. Stop. It's not. I don't care about the modern generation or whatever. When you mess up, you get talked to with a little less respect. That's just the way it is. I would tell them in a heartbeat. Guys, you came out there and you played a half a game. Somebody raise your hand here and tell me that I just lied. I want to know. If I'm wrong, let me know. But you guys went out and you shut them down in the second half down to 3 points. The first half, you gave up 35 points. Who's to blame here as to why we lost that game? You know what the offense is saying? What else are we supposed to do? God, that pisses me off. Hey, David.
Hey, Ronbo.
You. So what's up,
You
man?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, man.
Man, after the other day, it looked like we were all brakes and no gas.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, Ronbo, I would rather blitz on every down, than have them make us look like that. At least we'll have a chance to create some chaos and get to his little ass. I could not believe what I was watching. I mean, I've been popping Tylenol like Tic Tac. You know,
I hear you.
Saleh needs to Shanahan needs to pull rank and tell Saleh to get his ass in the booth where he belongs. I mean, you know what? I have a solution as well. Saleh needs to go into the booth, and on offense, this is how you can help CJ. Trent Taylor, he has to sit down. They need to put Richie James Jr. in the game. Stop bullshitting around and put Richie James in the game. He can get separation. He has speed. It causes some confusion, him and Marquise. And I don't, man, you know what? Pierre, he has to sit down too. You know, if he's going to keep dropping passes like that, I mean, he did a nice little block.
Passes. I didn't understand that.
I know.
God.
He needs to sit down too. I would rather, I mean, put somebody else in. I mean, put number 84 in. I mean, see if he's gonna if he could run the right route, you know. He could run the right route in practice.
The problem is they have to let these guys that have been around and have a reputation, they got to let them play a little bit. But, you know, how long is the thing? Now, I think around game 7 and 8 is when you start to see movement toward other players. But right now, they're going to stay with those guys for a few more weeks. But I agree. If they're going to look inconsistent and bad for the whole time, I don't care how many years you've been in the league or what you've done in the past. It's about what you've done for me lately. Either get it done, or we got to move on. So, yeah.
I mean, how many touchdown passes are we going to let them drop?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, stop with the BS. You know, this is my team, and I'm not going to turn my back on them. But it's time for drastic measures. Drastic times call for drastic measures. And if you can't get separation and you can't do what you need to do, and I love Trent Taylor and I like Pierre Garçon, but if they not cutting it, it's time for them to sit down and let's see what these young boys can do.
Because Taylor hasn't actually. I don't think Trent hasn't missed anything yet, has he? But they don't use him.
He can't get open.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Trent's part of the game plan though. If you watch the film, Taylor has been open on occasion, but the play wasn't going toward him, and I wonder if that was by design. Garçon, though, Pierre's missed a couple of shots. I'd like to see Dante Pettis alternate with him a little more often, but he is Pierre Garçon. He's got that huge reputation. They're going to stay with him. Guarantee you that. For a while longer anyway. Marquise Goodwin's been out.
But you know what? He doesn't. Yeah, but he doesn't threaten anybody. Look, Ronbo, I mean, it could be you or I out there, and Pierre Garçon start, and they're going to give us the same coverage. We're not going to beat nobody deep. They just not really worried about him. They worry about Marquise and Garçon.
But Garçon's a possession receiver. He's going to get the same kind of coverage no matter what. It's like you seen him make that catch last week, and they went and got it from behind. He's the guy you want to get the 10, 15 yards. You're not looking for him to go downfield. He's the Anquan Bolden, younger version of Bolden is what he is. But he's messing up in that role too. So, yeah.
And
we'll
you know what, Garçon, when I saw Garçon, when I went to the game a couple weeks ago, Garçon, he was possession stuff, all right. He was possession sandwiches as he was coming out of the tunnel.
Was he really?
I got footage of that too. I can send it to you. And I'm like, Garçon, what you doing eating? Yeah. I'm like, what you doing, man? But man, I don't know, man. They need to make some changes though. They need to let these young boys see if they can prove themselves and do something before the season's lost. Otherwise, we're gonna have a top 10 pick. And you know,
you'll see it. You'll see it around now. You're gonna see Eric Armstead. You're gonna see Armstead sitting down. Solomon Thomas is he shows a lot of energy out there and a lot of movement, but he makes bad angles and things. I imagine they're working on that in practice. Mitchell could sit down anytime.
Back on the inside, if they put him back on the inside, and they bring Julian Taylor, let Julian Taylor play. Let the kid play.
DJ Jones.
Good in the preseason.
Yeah. Mitchell doesn't need to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be in.
So, man, I appreciate it, man. I just needed a little healing, a little Ronbo healing today, man, because I was really feeling
glad
down.
to be of help, Dave. All right. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you tomorrow then if you get a chance, all right?
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Love you, man. Take care.
All right, fam. Have a good night. And West Coast 5. DJ Jones, I can tell you, hey, Stone Cold, Slick Austin. Stone Cold.
From SF to NY worldwide. We're bigger than a nation. We're a motherfucking empire.
Yes. Niner Empire. Slick, good to hear from you again, fam. Boy, I know when you call in, you definitely got something to say.
You know damn well I got some shit to say.
Oh, yeah.
To these bandwagon, no football knowing, Kaepernick fans.
Oh, my
So-called 49er faithful.
Oh.
You say no 49er faithful? These are the what the cowgirl fans and the trader fans call the whiners. These are the 40 whiners that we do not need in our team. All right, if you know football, like the other callers, I think it was Mike Hitman Hart.
That was him.
Yeah. We don't want to be like the Seahawks. We're not going to pay Khalil Mack all this money and then be screwing ourselves.
Couldn't afford that. That was just too much.
I mean, I would have loved to get Khalil Mack, but it was just way too much money. And he wanted way too much. But I'm trusting the process. It's brick by brick. All right? When we were winning those 5 games in a row, shit, we're happy. We weren't saying nothing. Oh, yeah, we love John Lynch. We love Kyle style and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, now we're losing. Yeah, I get it. I'm frustrated, too. I'm pissed off. But I'm trusting the process. even when Harbaugh was with us, our players were not that open.
They were never open, Slick. Honestly, we didn't have anybody that could gain separation.
All the miscues. So all the miscues that we should have done. I mean, what did I tell you in the first game? We need to tackle right, wrap up.
Yes.
No miscues. We do what we got to do. We win that game, and that we should have won that game.
Yes.
Game 2, same thing, blown them out. Even yesterday, we would have done our job in the first half. We win that game
easily. 3 points. They allowed 3 points in the second half, and that was it. What?
And Jimmy G did not need to do all that stuff, and we would still have him. If he would have done the goddamn job, Jimmy G would still be with us.
Mm-hmm.
Covert, Punisher does not look like it this year. Nobody looks like this like they did last year. Punisher, we were like pretty much dominant last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year we're not even the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. We need to put Jalen Taylor in there. Jalen Taylor reminds me of Alden Smith 2.0. If you put Taylor next to Buck, man, Smith Brothers 2.0 for real.
Yeah, and now you could put Solomon in there with those those two. That's a different story. Exactly. And and I agree. Solomon needs to get his bald ass up there in the booth. There's no business down there. I mean, shit, I'm frustrated too, but I'm a Niner faithful. I've been a faithful since the 90s too, since the 80s and 90s where we had Julian Peterson, Derek Smith, freaking Plummer, Albrecht. I mean, we had like all these like sorry players or not as good as what we have and stuff, but I was still there with Ty Streets and all that, you know? Yeah.
I'm faithful. I'm ready to go to Undead and Cold. So all this Kaepernick bullshit, that era's over, man. We don't need none of that drama, none of that shit. Sorry, Ronbo, I'm a little frustrated, but I'm so sick of these things.
No, it's understandable because when people get mad, they say things, and a lot of us are saying things that aren't really feasible. You can't. Khalil Mack would have been nice, but after next year, we don't have any money, and now we're back where we started in square one. So Buckner, he'll leave. There'll be guys leaving that their contracts are up. Actually, a couple of them could leave anyway because Eric Armstead could leave. That's okay. But
I'm saying.
The thing is, you can't give up all the cap on one Khalil Mack. I understand that. They probably said within a certain amount of money we can deal, but he can't have $150 million. And I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be 13-3 because we ain't got no more Jimmy G, but we could be 11-5 because he's just on the shy.
There you go.
It'll get better. All right, Ronbo, I'm going to take too much of that time. I know it's late.
Yeah, fam.
I just want to check in and give my 2 cents and let these suckers know. Let it go, bro. Let it go. He gone.
Oh, I always love to hear from you,
Brick by brick. Trust in the process.
Yeah. Talk about
Go Niners.
Good night, Slick.
All right, Ronbo. Peace.
Hey, fam, you got to take everything in perspective and in stride. We're all family here, so if we, got difference in opinions, it's all right. It's what we do. We discuss things. We go back and forth. We debate. I don't know. I'm not the one that's going to pass judgment on who's right and who's wrong, but, it's all welcome. And we all need to think about what the other person says. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's all about food for thought. Just what do you think? Now you can digest it. You got some other perspective you compare it to, whatever you're thinking. But, stay cool about it. The truth, bring Chuck Norris. Wouldn't that be so? And entrepreneurial go-getter. This is Ronbo Sports is like gathering of people in need of counseling. Especially me. It's K-Sir. Says, hey, give me a shout out to Big K-Sir. What's up? Oh. And I saw somebody say something bad about Fred Warner. Let me see the stat on Fred Warner real quick. I believe Fred Warner ranks at number 3. Yeah, he's number 3 right now in tackles. So Roquan, I'm just saying, Roquan ain't did a damn thing in Chicago yet. So I got a feeling between Roquan and Fred, we probably made the right deal. Let's get to... Jesus My King says, I wonder if Shanny wishes he'd signed Cousins about now. Good question, though, you know. I think he's probably still a Jimmy G fan. Kirk Cousins is number 2, though, in the league right now. But what happened yesterday to the Vikings? I don't understand. Drew Brees, of course, as usual, is leading the league with 1,078 yards. Kirk is at 965. But Kirk always passes for high volume. It's amazing. And, you know what's really disappointing, or enough to piss us off, is Jared Goff is coming in number 3 with 941. And Derek Carr, who hasn't won a ball game all year, is at 936. Phillip Rivers at 906. There's guys that are perennial favorites as far as yardage goes, but they never do anything with it. That's bizarre, isn't it? I don't know. Tom Brady's not on the list. And how many Super Bowls has he won in the last 3 years? Where's Russell Wilson? I know where Russell Wilson is. Russell Wilson, even as we speak, is running around the neighborhood thinking, pretty soon Russell's going to get shell-shocked. He's going to think somebody's after him at all times. That poor dude gets sacked. Oh, does he get sacked? Coach Tim says, remember, fam, we have a young team. Mistakes are going to be made, and it's going to take time for this team to be at championship level. Hang in there and trust the process. We really do need to be a little more patient when it comes to maturity. These guys are young, and they're going to do a lot of dumbass stuff for a while, but they'll get it. But we gotta wait a minute. You can't just bring a veteran in for every young kid you get and then just let the veterans work. Now what you got for a future? You look like the Rams are in deep shit. They don't even know it yet. They got 2 guys who already went down. And Talib, how long do you think it's going to take him to heal up? When you get that old, you don't heal up that fast. The Raven Dub, much love from New Mexico. The Duke. Sounds a Raven. Yeah. And the unders, she said, I'm in Alabama. Some of them even come out of high school thick. Woo! Yes, I don't have any problem with thick. I don't know why people complain about that. Stop whining. Rodney Cards, what's up? Memphis is checking in. So he says, I have faith in CJ and the team. CJ. Come on, CJ. He has me throwing my shoe at the TV. That's why you got to put screens and things up in front of your TV. Put like a chain link fence up in front of your TV like they do in some of those bars. Damn it, Sam it! Give yourself a bunch of bricks to throw. Daniel Goings says, I think we still have a chance. CJ Beathard, you got caught by spell check. I see that. CJ Beathard, good quarterback. Everything he uses to rally and cry. The team, us, against the world. That could be huge. And there's entrepreneurial again. He says the harsh reality is that our team is bad. Jimmy was doing good on a bleep team. So I'm happy to know that at least, we'll see next year when he gets back. Because there's going to be some changes in personnel between now and next year, too. I get sick of breaking people in every year, though. Jimmy's probably saying the same thing. Give me somebody who's going to hang out so I can build a rapport with. If Edelman's free, I don't mind spending money on him because I know Jimmy knows him. Dolomite says Eli Harold was a beast last night. I know Eli Harold. I really don't like Eli Harold. You know, Eli Harold's playing his best football now. Why in hell couldn't Eli Harold play like that when he was with the 49ers? Why? He sacks Jimmy G his first game when he sees him. Now you can't stop. He's a sack machine now. Oh, Eli Harold, man, you just go to hell, man. That's BS. God, that's just terrible. Niner Joe Empire says the bus keeps moving and let the wagon fans get off. Let's go. Niners, okay. Robolock says, if Witherspoon and Ward are going to get burned like toast, why not just throw Moore and Reed out there? At least they get experience. Good point. And Kyle may be thinking that way. Who knows? Jamel Fagan says, shout out to all of 219 faithful Virginia. Am I right? Is that Virginia? VG, VGI. Must be Virginia. I've never seen that prefix, though. In the house, the city of faith. The truth bring. Oh, Chuck, yes. I said bring Chuck Norris. CJ needs the reps. Might as well let him play while we tank. Now, it's not guaranteed we're tanking yet. We got a great run game. I think Kyle's going to lean on that and let CJ strike in certain. It can be done right. It could be effective. It takes a good defense. So that's what Russell Wilson did for years. He let Beast Mode do all the work, and he'd throw a pass in there on occasion. Leo, forever faithful, believe in CJ and have patience in the system. Let me say, believe in CJ and have faith in the system. And Wasim Salah says, well, thanks, Wasim. Appreciate that, fam. Love you back. And Toya Scott, what's up? And Chew559, what up? And fam, in CJ, we trust. We have to. Sebastian Camarina, sup, fam? And Debbie Ryan says Shanahan referenced playing surface at Arrowhead Stadium, which was resodded after the Taylor Swift concert on September 8th. Was this the cause of Jimmy's injury? Remember Reggie Bush got hurt in St. Louis? Reggie got paid $1 million, I think. I think that was the settlement in that, for having broke his, he tore his knee up, and that ruined his season. Jimmy needs to get paid. But Jimmy, I don't ever want to see him do that again. Next time you get back, Jimmy, you leave the running to the running backs. Don't do that. Running backs, wide receivers, that's their job. That's what they do. They don't get hurt doing it. You and Deshaun Watson both need to know. You can't make hard cuts. You don't do that all the time. You don't know how to do it. Big Show says, can I get a real quick, please? Can I get it? Big Show. We must have missed. I think we closed shop. Brian Diaz. Sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Ronbo dog dog. Hey, I like S3 and Z3 as a million. Brandon Morris will be the run game he didn't have last year. See, there are some arrows pointing in the right direction. Fam, Kyle Shanahan, I think he has that offense now where they can score points. But you can't give up 40 points. See, what the defense did yesterday is completely inexcusable. 5 possessions, 35 damn points. And then at the halftime, it's like, who was that said, Michael Peters says, at halftime, they got back on their time and clock, they would have been up in the morning. They're sipping on their coffee. And they're saying to themselves, I'm fully awake now. I think I'm ready to play. Let's go. Game's over, guys. You guys feel like playing? Do you know what happened in the first half? You gave up 35 points. We've been fighting to get back in the game ever since. We did. What if you would have played like you're playing now in the first half? With a little intent, with a little aggression, with a little I will not stand for this attitude. We win the game. And maybe kind of easy. Because if you add up the 2 halves, that means you would have gave up 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half. We win going away. Thank you, defense. I love it. You killed us. You guys are responsible for Jimmy G getting hurt. You really are. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank my mods. Everybody's here today, huh? Yeah, Razor might be busy, but the J. Ron, Daniel Serrano in the house, and Rhodes Matheson, of course, always steady, and Jesus My King. It was good to see him again tonight, too. So, we'll be back on the air, YouTube air on Friday. We'll see you on Red and Gold Radio. We'll see that tomorrow. And fam, and I understand what Trez is saying about let's go ahead and keep it real. But, it's not going to help for us to get too down and depressed about this. We may as well. I know our expectations were high and we deserved better, but this is what it is. So we got to get behind CJ now and think nothing but positive thoughts. And don't forget to hit that like while you're thinking of positive thoughts. It's you and me, fam. You and me. We can weather this storm. We've already been through too much. We went through 2015. We went through 2016. You know how bad it was. We went through half of 2017. And suddenly, things got better. It's going to get back to that. We got all the pieces. The health is the issue. But God, defense, damn it, you guys can do better than that. I'll see you tomorrow, ready to go. Ex-Ovo. He says, if we make the playoffs, I'll buy you a pizza. You already know how I love me some pizza. Listen, I think you should also do a cheesecake, and I got to think about cheesecake too. Pizza and cheesecake. And make sure a fat girl delivers it. Damn. I'll see you tomorrow, ready to go. Rachel. Nana!